Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
This team's never played here.
Put up and launch down the field and drop it in for Kelly. Down the sideline for a touchdown.
Ball is blocked. Got in there in a beat. D'Angelo Barnes is going to score. Touchdown Hoosiers.
Picked off Ori and Davey in the end zone for Northwestern.
It's time to attack and play.
Dante Moore hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. And that is going to be the ball game. Isaiah Jones, the linebacker Gary's been talking about all day long, and he just jumped in front of that pass.
Can spell it again. No, Zan will throw. Touchdown, Jeremiah Smith. How simple can it get? Design run. There's a bear on the loose in Provo. Buck Meyer is in. Touchdown.
Win with class. Sing that song.
First down at the 31 would be about a 49-yard attempt from here for the Canes. And Beck will throw. Gets rid of it quickly, and it is almost picked off. It is. It's intercepted. T.J. Capers looked like it was tipped at the line, and Beck throws his fourth pick of the game, and that one was a killer. Canes came to the end zone.
It is intercepted. Caden Fordham. And here they come. Back with the upset. We on the same page.
20, 15, take 5, touchdown Huskers! Oh, that was incredible!
Good morning. Welcome in. Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. DB, how we doing?
That's pretty good.
See, he was hoping you would like that.
That was really, really good.
Yeah.
I like a lot of college football highlights. That's good.
We like college football. It's a big college football weekend.
2015, 10, touchdown!
You said you liked
Jeremiah Smith! How easy can you make it?
I'm just glad we don't have to hear anybody yell Maserati Marv anymore.
That's good. That's good. That's very nice.
You said you liked the yard countdowns, like
It just kind of depends. Yeah.
like the cadence of it. Yeah, I agree. It's a very classic sounding call.
Classic.
Iconic. Maybe iconic is the right word.
As my man Casey would say, iconic.
Yeah, there we go. Icons.
I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
How'd you get there from iconic?
Just win, baby.
Just I. Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was missing something there.
Yeah.
Maybe big Bob Marley icon guy.
I am not a big Bob Marley guy. He's fine.
Is it because the kid played for Miami?
No, we smashed him. We laughed at that too. Anyway,
the Clapton version of that's good too.
As in Eric?
Have I shot the sheriff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm closer like a no woman, no cry guy.
Hey, I love Bob Marley.
Woman, no cry.
Are you a big Marley guy, Shane?
Did you not see the trail this dude was blazing out here this morning?
I'd be like,
It looked like a broken locomotive. I don't understand what made this morning so cloudy.
I just had Bob Marley on the mind.
blowing trees.
Dude, did you not see it out there?
No.
It was super puffy.
I usually try not to see how aggressively Shane is vaping because that's usually a direct
An
indicator
of his mood.
with how mad he is at me at that moment. So
sometimes he's just in a hurry.
That's true. Got to get the puffs in.
Yeah.
Got to get them in.
I sometimes pull up next to somebody that's doing it in their car. And I'm like, that's a long time to spend in there with all that vape.
Well, you got to absorb it.
Is that what happens?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Shane, does your face smell like vape juice?
No.
I wonder if it smells. I've never really get that close to you, except when you let me in the door once about every 7-8 months. That's about it.
No, it's good. It's I think they refer to it as a hot box when you're in the car and you're smoking and
yeah, that does not look enjoyable.
Trying to get all the.
But what's your scent right now or your flavor?
Watermelon hula berry.
Yeah, you've been on that for a minute.
Yeah, since
a while.
2025.
It's still 2025, Shane.
So it's not like your lunch meat. You don't like to just switch it around every now and again?
No, not really.
You just found your flavor?
Yeah.
What lunch meat you on right
But
now?
sometimes you don't get a choice because sometimes they just stop making it. So then you got to switch to something
Oh,
else.
the vape flavors, they like discontinue them?
Yeah, they
I'm like shopping at Aldi trying to get the good frozen food stuff.
yeah, they
Hit or
switch that
miss?
stuff. Yeah.
That's my one complaint about Costco is like sometimes they just like don't carry stuff anymore.
That's the only reason why I go there as much as I do for a bulk store.
yeah. To like
Just
load
to
up
see
on
what's-
stuff or
yeah.
to see what's new.
Just to see. Usually it's got something to do with the cheeses or
yeah.
the packaged meats.
Yeah, they switch stuff out every once in a while, so that's a bummer sometimes when you like kind of get attached to something.
My sister was at a very popular national chain where she lives, and she sent me a picture of shaved lamb.
Oh. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a store.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She was actually at Trader Joe's,
Is it like
which was connected to a Walgreens in Los Angeles. A Trader Joe's connected to a Walgreens.
I don't think I've seen that out here.
Yeah, I told Cal you'll never see that again. Yeah.
Oh man.
What are you laughing at now?
Headley wants to know if they make breakfast flavors like biscuits and gravy.
That actually would be kind of funny. Shane,
Didn't you have a snickerdoodle? Shane, at one point?
That's a cookie.
Probably.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they make food flavored ones, I think.
Oh yeah, they make candy flavored ones.
Hey,
Cotton
what
candy,
what
yeah,
lunch meat are you on, my man?
Not on lunch meat right now.
No?
No.
Back in the rap game?
More frozen food.
Really?
Yeah, I found some good stuff. So
What'd you find?
I don't know. I'd have to see it. I'm not sure what the kind is. I have a whole.
Do you know what the general premise of the dish is?
Yeah, it's stuff that you probably wouldn't eat.
Like baked spaghetti?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Stromboli?
It's spaghetti and lasagna and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
Pasta is easier to do frozen than other stuff.
Oh, it's really easy.
like it's not it heats up better.
Yeah.
Than certain things.
Yeah, super hard pass.
I mean, you wouldn't want to freeze like I don't know, corned beef or something. That'd be weird.
But it's easy though. It keeps a long time, so you can get a whole
It's
freezer
true.
full of it. And
It's not like frozen pastrami sandwiches or something like that's not going to go very well.
So, like
why are you off the rap game? You got tired of it?
yeah, I got tired of that.
So there must have been a sale, I'm guessing, with frozen entrees.
No, but every time I go,
like buy 17. For
every
$20?
time I go shopping with the girlfriend,
She likes Hungry Man.
She likes probably that kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm not getting that, and then I'm like, well, that might be okay. So then I grab something, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right. So the next time it's like I have like 17 of them.
Yeah. Do you? Okay.
There is a brand of those that I prefer over others.
Stouffer's? Not Hungry Man.
No.
Lean Cuisine?
Nope.
PF Chang's?
Nope.
I don't.
Devour.
Devour.
Yeah.
Shane, are you a big Devour
They're
guy?
pretty good.
I have not had that. I'll try it though.
Yeah, give it a shot. They've got some pretty good ones.
Okay.
Devour?
I had some.
They're like higher in protein than some of the other ones, but they actually taste good.
I had some of the Boston Market ones. They were okay.
Boston Market makes a frozen.
Oh, I haven't
food?
had those.
Mhm.
The PF Chang's ones are only okay.
Shane, you used to smash Boston
Yeah,
Market.
you have to get them at Fairway, I believe.
Oh, there you
Were
go.
you sad when that place closed?
Yes, I was.
You remember when it's called Boston Chicken?
That was it. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like that was his treat to himself.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm gonna have Boston Market today.
I had like a real traumatic experience there when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, not really. It was traumatic as a child, not in real life, like trauma. Like it wasn't a big deal, but it is like seared. I was like 8 years old. It's seared in my memory because so my dad took me there after, I don't remember what it was. We were on the way home, and it was called Boston Chicken at the time before they changed the name. And I really wanted mashed potatoes with my chicken, and I had no idea that they put onions in their mashed potatoes. And so like I bit into them, and they were crunchy. And I thought there was like something horribly wrong with the mashed potatoes, so I was like traumatized.
Shane,
about
do
the
you
whole
remember
situation.
the whole onion thing in mashed potatoes?
I do not, but that might have been before I.
They might have changed the recipe. I never went back.
If that was during Boston Chicken, I was never there.
It was
that.
like
You waited until they got the sandwiches and the 3 other proteins, huh?
Yeah.
Ham and
Yeah.
Big Carver guy.
Yeah.
This was like
Seemed like a big Carver guy, Shane.
I'm going to do it.
like Antonio.
Just gonna mess with him this morning. Shane has very
Just kidding. That's Tarver.
particular stretches of how he likes to eat.
Travis says highly processed but good. He's talking about Devour. Yeah, I mean all these frozen. I think there's a lot of like organic frozen food options.
I don't know much about frozen food, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not really your jam. You cook.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't do that. You'll freeze your food after. Do you ever freeze your food after or just before?
So there are some vacuum sealed, freshly made pierogies.
Okay.
As far as protein goes, I am not a big
You're not
make
like,
something, have it left over, freeze it guy if it's meat.
gotcha. So you're not like a cook it in bulk meal prep guy?
No. I mean, I've seen people make that work, but usually it's for bad stuff like pulled pork.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
I know you're not a pulled pork guy.
yes, certainly not worth freezing. That's more of a get in, get out kind of thing. And anything else I probably want fresh.
Yeah, my mom just texted me. My dad is with her, and they're verifying the Boston chicken story. Like that's exactly what happened.
It was onions, huh?
It was because I made my dad taste it. Because I was like, there's something wrong with the mashed potatoes.
You know what's funny? I love mashed potatoes, but I cannot stand lumps.
Yeah, I'm a smooth mashed potato guy.
Yeah, people are like, oh, there's this and that, and even if there's skins in there, I would prefer them be whipped and smooth.
I agree. Yeah, I'll eat it with the skins in there, but it's not my favorite. Like I prefer like a very smooth
Skins are
consistency.
fine, just no chunks.
Yeah. I bit down. I thought there was I thought there was like bugs in there or something. Is what my 8-year-old brain thought. I was like, what's going on?
Did you have the little funny comb over?
I'd have to.
Is it like the one in the Brook Banger?
Yeah. That was my hair, like
that's funny.
The entire time as a
It's
kid.
very schoolboyish.
Well, I was a schoolboy.
I had an afro, so there's nothing I can say.
I
would do my hair like this.
Can I tell you a secret? Because it'd be like tree of trust.
What's a secret?
It's like safe space here. I wanted an afro so bad growing up.
Did you really?
Like I did not understand why I couldn't have one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand hair textures and stuff. My mom had to have a very difficult conversation with me when I was like 10 about why
She's like, now Ravi.
Because I think it was Kobe.
Yeah.
Because he had the little mini fro.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, Mom, can I do my hair like that? And she's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
I could not wait to cut my hair off.
Really?
So
You've never really grown out since, have you?
So I had twists and right after college for a little while.
Okay.
And I've had hair before, but you talk about traumatizing childhood experience.
Yeah.
My dad would comb my hair for me.
Okay.
So we would be going to church or any place of significance, and he wanted me to look a certain way. So he would grab my cheeks.
Oof.
And he would hold my head as he was combing my hair. And sometimes it was a little nappy. And
so it would like pull in there while he's.
Yeah, and he didn't seem to really care.
Didn't bother him.
No.
Just kept on pushing.
And when he moved my face to see if he liked the way that it looked, he would still be squeezing my cheeks. So I associate
having longer hair with
watery eyes and squishy cheeks.
I mean, that makes sense.
I'm serious as a heart attack.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It would be the last thing that I wanted to do before we walked out the door. And he inevitably would say, let me see your hair. I wanted to say, let me see yours.
That probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Man. And sometimes we had the right comb and sometimes we didn't. And my mom has straighter hair, which means the teeth are closer together.
Yeah, because it's more fine, right?
I was not a guy that liked the teeth of the comb close together. I needed space. Why are your eyes watering? I don't know. I have a tender scalp. Why are you hurting my head? And stop squeezing my cheeks.
So yeah, we don't have to do the whole face thing. What's that?
Man,
it's unnecessary.
You want to know why I can take a punch? It's because I can have my face squeezed like it was in a vice.
Because it was.
Jeez, never understood it.
Yeah, it seems like probably not necessary.
Yeah,
probably started when you were a kid, more wiggly, and then it just never like.
I know one thing. I had to. So I got a little smarter, but I didn't always have time because I have 4 other siblings. So when I got my hair wet, I would blow dry it if no one else was using the blow dryer. Are you done with the blow dryer? And I'd kind of wait, and I'd make sure that my hair was like ready to go,
as big as possible.
Man, because listen, if it was a little bit wet and a little bit tangled, it was gonna be a problem.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I inevitably would be driving to church, and I wasn't mad. I mean, going to church was fine. You knew you were going to be there 15 hours, but it was probably because my head still hurt.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a bad start to the day.
I had ridiculous outfits. My Sunday shoes always hurt.
Really?
Well, they were never broken in. I only could wear them on Sundays.
Well, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You'd think eventually they'd break in a little
No,
bit.
they were like bricks with ties. It's very traumatic, as you can tell.
What kind of shoes were we rocking?
Buster Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't know.
Big Buster Brown guy in our house.
I have no idea why. When I was a kid, I wanted.
I got to wear like the Florshimes, though. I never understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shoes were cool. Mine were not.
But
he wore a lot of suits.
Probably because he was paying for them.
Yeah.
That might be a factor there.
That's a decent point.
I started getting way cooler shoes when I started paying for my own.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. It's all about perspective.
I really wanted, when I was a kid, for some reason, I thought penny loafers were the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah,
so
we went through that phase.
I really wanted penny loafers.
Started it. The only real like trend that I remember that I wanted to be a part of was the rolled jeans and the jackets that had the little snap straps right here.
Oh, the members only jackets.
Like that's really the only thing that I can like. And I'm sure there was something else.
Yeah.
Like once upon a time, I wore like maroon jeans.
Oh yeah.
I think they were Carl Kanais maybe.
I just wanted jerseys. That's all I wanted.
I was never a jersey guy.
Yeah, I just wanted jerseys.
I had my Bradshaw, and that was about it. I wore the numbers off that thing.
Yeah, I still have it because it was way too big for me then, obviously, because it still sort of fits. I've got a 1997 Steve Young jersey.
I'm a big Steve Young guy.
Love Steve Young. That's my dude.
TV, did you rock some parachute? Yes, I did. But
Did you really?
They weren't exactly like
They were the
cool kids parachute pants.
Were they just too big for you?
They were cheap warm-up pants that were too big for me.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Do you know I was an anti-snap guy too?
The snap-up pants?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the snap-up pants.
I was not a.
I always you had to wear shorts under them though. Like some people were crazy. They're just like wearing underwear under the snap-up pants. I was like,
there were definitely some stupid dumb fashions like the biker tights under your shorts and you let them show.
Yeah.
One of the dumbest looks of all time.
That's like the white man can't jump look, right?
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one.
It's Peyton Manning.
You big Peyton Manning guy?
No,
yeah,
Peyton's buzzing me.
Not a big fan of that look. That's a tough look.
Yeah, there's lots of bad ones.
A lot of the 80s, early 90s looks are a tough hang.
I was messing with Queen. I told him about the story yesterday.
Ken, I still have puffy vests. There's no problem with puffy vests.
I'm a big puffy vest.
Yeah,
guy.
I like puffy vests.
I'm a huge.
He said I was a puffy vest kid. I'm a puffy vest adult.
So I am a little. So the maroon one that I wore last week, maybe.
Yeah.
That's about as puffy as I'll get. It's pushing it a little.
Yeah.
But I usually like them a little
closer.
Yeah, kind of like the Carhartt yesterday.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah, you know, as a junior in high school, as a quarterback, I wore arm pads.
Oh yeah. Like the forearm.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Why? Is that not a thing? Listen,
It's the most. I was an offensive guy. Like, who wears that? I don't know why I did that.
Were you? I mean, I assume you ran it a lot.
It's not a good look.
Okay, all right, you know.
You know any quarterbacks that wear like the old lineman pads?
No, but you do see.
And I would do a lot of things I would never do now. Like I would say, hey, let me get that. Like I would wear somebody else's forearm pad. I remember this guy, Terry Hurt. He's a little guy. He's a lineman. Played guard, linebacker. Oh, he has Hurt Construction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I always wanted to wear his arm pads. And I'm sure at some point he wanted to say, get your own. But at no point when I got to be an adult would I ever say, I wouldn't even wear anybody else's gloves.
Yeah.
Let alone arm pads.
Yeah.
But when you're young and dumb and.
You just think it looked cool or what?
Well,
or was it like a practical
I was a
thing?
big forearm deliver guy.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
And they would always be super bruised up.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's practical.
Again, I was a quarterback.
Listen, if you're delivering them forearms, you got to protect them.
Probably should have been a better thrower.
Wow, DB just falling into stereotypes.
Well, that's a bit of a problem.
Well,
is that why you take it so personally now when people stereotype quarterbacks?
It's not just me. It's a lot of other black people like me that take it personal.
Okay, I was wondering.
Ask Nico. But he's just kind of quasi-black.
Pretty good runner.
I'm a passer first. Actually, no, you're not.
I don't think that's true. I saw some of the passes. You should keep running, bud.
I don't know what I was just watching the other day, but it was Randall Cunningham getting drafted.
Oh, yeah?
Going to Philly. I knew a lot of things about Randall Cunningham. I did not know he was like a West Coast skater boy.
Really?
Man.
That is new information.
He was talking because he went to UNLV.
Yeah, I'm a big Randall Cunningham guy.
So he talked about the culture shock of going to Philly. Being a West Coast kid.
Yeah.
It was fascinating.
That's super funny.
He's like, here I am, I got kind of this Jerry curl, and I'd rather be on the beach with a surfboard and let the water running through my hair. And here I am going to Philadelphia, and I didn't realize it was 40% minorities, so that was kind of cool. And I was like, where are you? That's not what I thought.
I thought he was from California, but I guess I just never thought like surfer kid.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And all I could think of was me, myself, and Irene, where they were at the cookout. And he's like, did you ever notice how the hair and kind of just beads up and the water glistens? And I was like, that'd be a tough look as a surfer with a curl.
Yeah, that might be rough.
You know what I mean?
I was big.
That thing wet.
Big Randall Cunningham guy, though. I love
oil and water don't mix anyway, so he probably might have acted like a bubble.
Don't matter to me.
Just create a little bubble around him.
Places your mind goes sometimes.
Love Randall Cunningham.
He was okay.
So I don't remember him with Philadelphia. There was just that one stretch he had with Minnesota in the late
when
90s.
He took over for
Brad Johnson, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so he had this incredible little run, and then he got hurt the next year and ended up being like back to Brad Johnson and Dante Culpepper. But it was just really cool.
So this was 7 Randall Cunningham, not 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but then they would show highlights of him in Philadelphia while he's sort of making this comeback in Minnesota. And so I kind of just became enamored with him.
Wait, is this question for me, Warren? You cannot do smoked pulled. He might be on delay. No, I'm just, Warren, pulled pork is fine. It's just way, 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 way down on the list of barb. It'd have to be like you get to the smoke place at the end of the day and they only have like 2 proteins left. And it's between that and, I don't know.
What's lowest on the list?
Turds. No, it's last.
Pulled pork is last?
Probably turkey.
I was going to say like smoked turkey or something.
Yeah. Even though I don't have anything against turkey.
Yeah, you're not like me.
I just don't. That's just something I don't feel like I should pay for.
Yeah. What? Wait. So give me like top 3.
Burn ends.
Okay.
Rib tips. Like at a normal.
Yes. Yeah.
Barbecue. I'd go burn ends, rib tips, and then probably. Either depending on my mood, like if I'm done for the day,
like you're gonna be home,
then I'm going ribs. But if I'm gonna be out again, chicken.
Like a wing, or like a.
I love whole wings.
Oh, like the big one.
I love a whole. I'll take whole wings over party wings.
Yeah.
I don't care how you cook them, fried, smoked, anything but baked.
I feel like baking meat should be a crime.
It is.
It ruins
again, much like not wanting an afro because of childhood trauma. So is meat in the oven. You can only have so many roasts. I'm good.
So you know what's funny? I was just looking up the Randall Cunningham season from.
What was it? It was just on TV like a night or 2 ago too. And I can't remember what it was.
From '98, and
Headley, I didn't get into chicken thighs until about 4 years ago, but I agree with you. They have become elite.
The numbers are like just a pretty normal quarterback season now.
Yeah. He was probably like 22-9 or something, 24-9.
Better than that. He was 34-10. So
Yeah.
it's a good year, but it's not like a
Just a day. Just a day.
3,700 yards.
Man, that's Drake May now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's 3,700 yards, 30.
By the way, those uniforms were
Yeah, not a fan.
buns.
I don't mind the different looking NE, like the different NE logo, but
Did you feel like you had to adjust the color?
it did look like it was faded.
Yeah.
Not about that.
I'm with you. Chicken thighs is new. It
I'll say you like chicken thighs a lot now.
last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Less. I'm trying to convince my
I feel like you get better flavor out of it.
Yeah,
for sure. Like,
and plus with the vacuum sealer, which by the way, I got to order more bags. I run through vacuum sealing bags.
Yeah.
Because I'm. Well, you saw what I did with the fish.
Yeah.
Oh, did I show you what I? We're like totally carrying on a conversation with ourselves. I apologize, listeners.
It's a bye week. It's fine.
We got big week. We got big games.
It is. There's a lot going on.
I gotta show you the fish that I did. It's immaculate.
Juan asked, and I don't really know why he's asking.
Juan is weird. Be careful.
Says Ravi and DB, do you guys like to go swimming?
Is this a minority thing?
That's kind of what I was wondering. But if Juan really is his real name, then like he's sort of in the group. So
there's a joke in there.
Yeah, don't make it, please.
I'm certainly not.
I would like you to be here Monday.
Got enough problems, don't we? What did old Juan T say?
It says, Ravi and DB, do you guys like to go swimming?
I love the water, Juan.
I do. I like swimming. I'm not a open water guy. I like pools.
I love the open water.
Yeah, I'm not. You don't like being in the open water though, do you?
I don't mind. Not a lake, but I'll get in the ocean.
I'm not really a lake guy either. I'll stay in. I like the ocean as like I'm not going like in far though. I'm going like about this deep, and that's about as far as I'm going.
Hey, from your lips to God's ears, Phantom Husker.
I'm a big pool. I love pools though.
They're fine.
Like I'm a big.
I don't tan, so I'm either swimming or not.
Yeah, I just like hanging out by the pool. It's like it's a good vibe, you know.
Is it?
I think so.
To me.
I don't know. It's fine. Why wouldn't you just get in the water though?
Oh, I do get in the water. Like I'm not just sitting outside the pool, but I like.
That's a very
kind of having a pool day, like throwing a football around in the pool. Like it's fun. I like it. I'm not like swimming like laps, but I like hanging out in a pool with friends, like having a drink, whatever. It's a good time.
Jermaine like doing that?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Anybody else like Jermaine like doing that?
Jermaine and I might have grown up a little different. That Millard North life. But
yeah, I like the water, Juan.
I'm almost certain I've gone swimming with Jermaine before, or he's invited me over to swim. I don't know if I could or not. Says Ravi, I'm trying to see what you guys like to do besides tennis and football. Eat, apparently.
Wait, that's your summation, Juan, of what we like, tennis and football?
Well, he did ask me one day, he goes, hey, what do you like to do when you're not watching sports or watch football or whatever? And I was like, I play tennis. Like, that's like that's my current hobby.
I don't do anything. That's my problem.
Yeah. So you cook and eat.
That's about it. And I watch sports.
I'll say
I watch a lot of shows.
Yeah. You watch a ton of shows. Like
I don't leave my house a ton.
Yeah.
If I did, you know what I would do? Like if you gave me 7-8 interrupted hours, I'm going to play cards.
Oh yeah. You like playing cards.
I'm going to play cards.
Playing cards is fun.
He said tennis. Oh, Juan.
Juan,
how old are you? That's what I want to know. And tell the truth.
I like going out to eat. That's I guess a hobby. What else do I do? Not a lot. It's a lot of sports.
I don't have any hobbies.
It's a lot of sports.
I need one. I would probably be much better to be around. Otherwise, I just mind my own business.
I like being around you anyway. We can start playing cards. Have card games.
I like cards.
I like playing poker with you at your birthday. That was fun.
Yeah, and we went over to Coach Scores.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah,
gets intense, doesn't it?
Not in an uncomfortable way. Not for me, at least.
You were getting bounced early. That's why.
I didn't get. Okay, so
you're over there chilling on the chair when we were in the money.
You and I were at the last.
That was at my place.
At your birthday.
That was my place.
And I was like the fourth one out at Sakura's.
Who won? Clarkie, women's basketball coach?
I don't know. I ended up watching SMU Clemson. I wasn't really paying attention to your game anymore.
Yeah, I figured out a lot about Coach Clark that night. He plays possum.
Freund was out before me.
He's a good card player.
Ashland guy was out before me.
Flaky Jake?
And there was one more that was out.
His name is Jake. It's not Ashland.
That's the only thing I know about him.
They got a big one tonight.
Ashland Greenwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wahoo is there. Well, Wahoo's everybody's.
A little bit nemesis. Yeah. But, I was going to say they're kind of just really good.
But it hasn't been close.
Yeah. The disparity in the programs.
Ashland has been good against everybody else.
Yeah. The disparity in the programs versus the results have not made sense, really.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We got Action Jackson at 9. We've got Timmy VERGHESE at 8.
Yeah, and then we got a little special for you guys. We got Ameer Abdullah and Kenny Bell going to join us at 9:30.
Are they coming here, or is that at?
That's video. That'll be video. Ameer's still busy. He's doing stuff on weekends still.
That's a good point.
I
mean, maybe
he might have a bye. I don't know. I haven't looked at. He does actually have a bye.
If my homie can kick it in Lubbock,
he does have a bye. I think.
I'm sure he can come see us in Omaha, lowly Omaha.
Listen, I think he likes it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Colts. The Colts are off this week. He does have a bye.
Coach Stokes nailed it. That is my hobby. I do like to smoke meat.
Oh yeah. Which is, I think, a very. I think it's a pretty common hobby for men.
Yeah. I have a couple of really good quality meats, Coach Stokes, and I am terrified to smoke them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
I have a Wagyu.
You hit me with the bro?
I have 2. What? That's not funny.
No, sorry. I went a different place in my head. Please continue.
I have 2 Wagyu. I have 1 rib roast. It's
you can't smoke that.
It's bone in. And I have a brisket. And I would really like to have done something for Caleb this weekend, but if I ruin it, I may actually jump.
I don't think you should smoke those.
I'm definitely smoking the rib roast. What do you want me to do? Put it in the oven?
Yep. No.
500?
So I don't
blacking it up and turn off the heat.
Rib. I was more talking
5 minutes per pound.
I was more talking about the Wagyu.
I know. I know what you're saying.
Don't smoke that.
I know. It's a struggle.
I am not I'm not a big smoking of meats guy. I think you
need to eat it in its purest form.
I don't
want the high quality to taste like smoke.
Well, I don't want.
Excuse me, dear. Can you pass me my Capris?
They're not Capris. They're linen. But they go all the way to the floor. Or to my shoes, not to the floor.
Yeah, babe. Those top ciders, toss. Wait, you want the loafers?
I do like a loafer.
Do we put the new pennies in? New pennies in, Natasha? They good? Yeah. The ones over there by the door. Thanks, babe.
No, when you're on the actual boat, I wear the ones that like tie up a little bit more. They got better grip because the deck can get wet.
Get out of here. Yeah, I got to figure out what to do with that brisket. It is so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, if I screw that thing up, it's curtains.
You're gonna be pretty upset.
Heated.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
Well, that is the lineup for today. I don't really know what happened in that first segment. There was a lot.
We didn't do anything on the rundown.
No, we didn't. It's all right. We'll talk some semifinals football.
I do love how you put a lot. So there's like 7 things. You actually act like we take breaks when we're supposed to. You'll go 7:30, 7:45. I'm like, this is not happening.
No, I know. I have no expectation that's going to happen.
No, the times.
Yeah.
You might as well just bullet them.
It's easier for me to structure it that way to make sure I have enough stuff.
Oh, there's always enough stuff.
I know. I know. Again, I've told you why I do this.
I love when you get a little annoyed.
This is it.
How many times do I have to tell you?
I just assume you forget. It's fine.
I like me.
It's in case, like, you have an emergency or something. You can't show up to the show. And if I were have to do the show by myself, like, I'm prepared.
Yep. All right. So my man Les is giving me the go-ahead. Hey.
To smoke it?
It's your Wagyu.
I mean, I guess if it's him, but.
I don't know. I have to.
Talking about the Wagyu, right?
No, Wagyu, not Wiggle.
No.
Just deadpan straight face too. You asked the question. Talking about the wiggle, right? No. Saying I'm not.
369. Sorry. Go ahead.
I might do beef short ribs.
I'm a big Lil John, the East Side Boys guy.
Focus. Got enough problems.
Get
Shane,
low,
what is
get
wrong
low,
with
get
you?
low, get
Shane,
low.
you've had an okay week aside from Ravi being a Richard to you.
From the window. I mean, I started off really nice, so I had to make up for it later.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
It's about balance.
That's one of my favorites. I love him.
Go.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Run through an MFer's face.
Just look at KB.
Again and again.
Everybody's
and again.
extra fired up today.
Listen, it's a Friday. It's a bye week.
How about how our stream just casually is always dropping expletives? KB's like, you smoke the poop out of that. And Asian Wyatt's like, we eat the poop out of that. And I was just like, you guys are fired up today.
Dude, Headley, me too. That song's a banger. He says, I used to get crunk to that back in the day.
I really like that guy.
Headley's great. I love Headley.
All right. What's my man, Coach
Yeah.
Stokes got for me?
Coach Stokes, if I'm doing ribs, I'm doing baby backs.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of things, Coach. I'm into party ribs now. So whether they're baby, St. Louis, or I'm slicing them into the one bones.
Okay, you're gonna have to forget what's a party rib.
It's kind of like party wings, the individual. So I'll take a rack.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you.
So that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you just like split them up.
Yep. See the whole deal.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cut down the cooking time. The flavor is incredible.
Because I know the party wings. Those are like when you split up the drummy from the flat and the whole thing.
No, Juan, I'm taking the day off. Yes, I'm coaching. Austin is an idiot. Austin, are you coming on from there or are you coming here?
I told him video. He can come here if we want him to, though. That's why I told him video.
I told you, he low-key almost ran me over the other day. And he still doesn't know it was me.
What? You were driving, right?
Yes,
Okay.
He was heading south on 108th.
Yeah.
I was coming out of my neighborhood.
Kyle says, you can't play Lil Jon and expect us not to get effing crunk.
You could tell he's closet crazy, too.
Dude, I like Kyle.
I bet Kyle has about 18 beers and chases it with a little whiskey on the rye, a little rye. Speaking of menace, Phantom Husker. This dude.
I don't know.
He's crazy too.
I don't really know.
Hey, read Dixie.
Nope. Juan says he hasn't kept up with the season. Yes, they're still playing tonight. They've got Millard South. We'll talk about it at some point today.
Our chat. Okay.
I like how we just had the least sportsy opening segment ever, and the chat's just rolling with it
because
they're like, we're in.
They couldn't care less. All right. Okay, Nortec. Yep. Did you guys start putting all the football equipment away on 87th Pacific?
Did you see Rico's graphic?
What did he do?
Look at
He's a see. I mean, it's fine.
It's good. It's good.
It's totally fine.
All right.
It's gonna be a long day. And I'm the one that told Micah to dial in. He's in the shower. I'm yelling at him through the door about how to do today.
Yeah.
He's like, shh. What time you coming to get me? All right, dude. You do you.
It'll be fine. What time do I need to get there tonight?
Just don't let the goddamn ball get thrown over your head.
Yeah. What time do I need to get there tonight?
Whatever. Got any clothes you want to swap me for? I'll get you in. Got anything I want to wear?
Well, I mean,
find the red quarters in?
I have a pass.
Well, then
I'm just trying to figure out like parking situation, how early I need to get there.
Go eat and then walk over.
Yeah, I might do that actually. There's a pizza place over there I like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, there's a couple restaurants over there. We'll figure it out.
Shoot, you got Koji, you got Timber, you got the pizza spot. You can go to Casual Pint and drink your dinner.
Might have to. We'll see what happens.
Don't come on with her being obnoxious. We got to have enough problems.
When have I ever?
The place will be electric.
Yeah, legitimately outside of the show, because I understand what I am here, but on the sidelines, I've never annoyed you.
No, I barely see you.
Yeah, I try and stay out of your way. I know you're working.
Josh knows that's his stomping grounds.
Rico asked if I tell him about. You just want me to tell him about your juke move that you had yesterday.
Who?
Who'd
he shake down?
I'll show you the video. It was a pretty good one.
Rico?
Yeah.
And his ACL is intact?
Well, not really. He's pretty banged up. He played really well, but he's pretty banged up.
Was it worth it, Suave? You're not even that old. If I was your age, I would be, man.
Terrence says some of those Lil Jon songs got the party going in the club. Others started fights.
T-Mac is stealthy.
Depends on who was getting low with who. That could cause a problem.
Hey, Dixie said, "Take us to break with some music, Shane."
Hit the Lil John.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You won't, you baby. You get 21 seconds.
Marshawn, and you've already played it like 8 times this morning. Hit it.
You laughed in his face.
This is gonna be some show.
I can't get him to play break music when I'm begging him to play break music, but in the middle of a conversation, he's like, "Dude,
I usually don't take my helmet off, but I take my helmet off.
Run through my face."
Over and over and over.
I tell Shane to go to break.
So
Over
y'all can sit
and
here
over.
ask me all the questions y'all want to. I'm going to answer with the same answer. So,
No, for real though, can we go to a break?
Like
Like,
dead serious this time.
we've been trying to go to break for like 4 minutes here.
Ass with the biggest.
I'm gonna take the headphones off. You do what you want to do at this point, Shane.
With this dude.
I would like to take a break.
Hey. He put the music on. Ravi's being a baby. We'll be right back. That's a heck of a first segment. You don't get nonsense anywhere, and I blame all of you in the stream. We'll be back after this to make Centris Federal Credit Union proud.
Yeah, I feel like the first game when I only had 3 points or whatever, I was just kind of pressing, really just focusing on offense, and when I feel like I don't really worry about that and focus more on rebounding and defense and getting into the paint, it seems to just make me play a little freer and better overall. Not really. I mean that first game I knew it was just gonna be an oddball out of there pretty much, and I just kept confidence in myself and like I said, focused on the other things, on the defense and rebounding, which this team really needs. So just focusing on that gets me going more.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centris Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
It's a blessing to be a Heisman candidate, but I can only give credit to God. He's gotten me to this point, and just want to use my platform to be able to, teach the youth and motivate the youth to be, not just great at football player, but just a great person. And so that's why I'm doing this event, is to meet people, interact with the fans, and everything like that. But yeah, man, we got a long way to go. Thanks to my teammates too as well. And it's been a lot. Coach Rule, Deshaun, those are guys that, we spend a lot of time with every single day, and I can only give credit to God, like I said before, and them for supporting me and believing in me. And so, him saying that, like Deshaun saying that, just shows the type of brotherhood we got, at Nebraska. He's a great player too, and we got a lot more games to win. So I'm really excited for that, and I just give thanks to them.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We appreciate everybody in the chat having a good time with us this morning. I appreciate their willingness to be part of the whatever show we decide to do that day.
We need to have my former head coach on as a guest.
Listen, I'll talk to Freund all day.
You don't have to dime him out.
We already said that he was the one we were playing cards with.
Yeah.
And you said your former coach. I mean, that narrows it down to basically him or Larry Martin.
He's a gem.
I love him.
Yeah,
I genuinely like him a lot.
Yeah. So go stand with him.
I do. I end up talking to him a lot usually during the games.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wander, if like VERGHESE is there, I end up talking to Tim quite a bit.
Sometimes I'll like randomly go down to pick his brain about whatever.
Yeah.
But last time though, he was hobnobbing with Coach Farron, so I let it ride.
He's got a whole little group that he rides with.
He's like the mayor.
Yeah. So there's always
it's the same four guys.
Yeah, the same four guys every time.
Game. Yeah.
Last year I talked to him a lot, and so I would go and hang out with them quite a bit. I hang out with Kilgore sometimes.
The coolest SRO on the planet.
Yep. Every time, and he's at everything now. So like, I saw him at College World Series this year. So I'm like, Kilgore. He probably doesn't know who I am. Like, I act like we're like best friends. And
so those I've just had fortunate enough to have some good ones
in
buildings. They matter.
Oh, for sure.
Like you had Martinez, and he's GOAT status.
So he was right after me.
He is.
I
there
had
with one of the best.
Oh, I can't remember her name. She was super cool though too. Like really good resource officer.
Cherie Smith. She's big time now.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
African American?
Nope. It was a tall blonde lady.
Well, that's not Cherie.
I was making an assumption based on the name that I might be right there. I haven't met a lot of white Cheries. White people pronounce it Sherry. So I was making an assumption. I apologize.
What's that?
You good?
I thought, whoa.
I just thinking out loud. It's going through my thought process.
That's no big deal.
Martinez might have been there my last year. He might have been there my senior year.
Throughout my body.
Oh.
But they were very cool. Let's get to TK. He wants to.
Stupid Austin.
Can we get to TK, Shane?
This dude is on one already. Go to bed, Austin.
Shane, can we get to TK, please?
Headley Lamar said white people pronounce Robbie Ronald.
No, seriously, Headley, for real.
What up, Ronald?
I get a lot of Roberts, though.
What's up, TK?
What's up, TK?
Look at T-Mac.
No damn
Exactly.
paradise. Have we started talking about sports yet, or are we still talking about food? What are we talking about?
I have no idea. I don't know.
We were talking about like high school football adjacent about me being on the sideline, so that's something.
Adjacent. That's my favorite. What's up, Smokestack?
Have you secured a headset yet?
I have not. No, I don't need to contribute. If I have something I want to say, I make funny eye contact with DB, and I'm like, hey, fix that.
I'm going with Ronald
Well, I was
from
thinking
here on out.
like how coaches' kids they like some of them like you have like a 4-year-old up in the stands with like a fake one.
Yeah, I think they should give me like a Toys R Us, like a
Yes.
play headset, so I can feel like I'm. Give me the one, whatever the Colts owner has. Just give me one of those. I just want to listen.
Yeah, get that one.
I just want that. I don't need to say anything. I just want to listen. Give me a little earpiece.
Okay. Well, good.
All right.
What do you got for me, TK?
Yeah, we're still. You can still talk about
talking
smoking.
about sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Ronald is gonna. Can I call you Ronald?
I don't care.
That's gonna.
Literally everybody I played basketball in college with calls me Bob. Because they thought it was Robbie. So
haven't you ever had those people in? Oh, never mind.
So they went from Robbie to Robert to Roberto to Bob. And like my coach to this day calls me Bob.
That jives with why you deep down don't like Shane, because I think for 3 years he called you Robbie.
No, my issue with Shane is that I was the full-time guy here, and he'd be like, he would tell guests how to mispronounce my name. You've heard him over there.
Oh yeah.
I always say Ravi, R-A-V-I.
Now you do.
That's not.
Now
what
you do.
That's not what you used to.
What was it,
That's
Ravi?
awesome.
Yeah, it was like
Ravi.
I think it was different every time. Honestly, it was
Like
like
Devin Gardner.
yeah, it was like Devin Gardner trying to say Iamaliava, like Yamaliva, Yama be there.
That's what I was gonna say. Yamo be there.
He was on Mike McDonald. Just
So who's more of a masturbator, AJ or Shane then?
Definitely Action Jackson. That dude is in a league of his own. He is constantly rage baiting. League of his own.
I'm glad that you just learned this yesterday, and you're.
No, it was like it wasn't just yesterday. It was a little while ago, but it's this year. Very recent.
he said a few months ago, right?
Yeah, very recent about rage baiting.
That's a very old thing.
Okay, well, sometimes I'm 12, sometimes I'm 50. I'll take the 12.
Okay,
though.
so my smoking story is not. It's more the smoking that I deal with, which is the illegal type. So you know how bugs are pretty prevalent in jails, so you have to clean them regularly.
Yeah.
Well, I was at a presentation recently for people who work for the Kansas Department of Corrections, and they said that they have to stop people from collecting all of those bugs, crushing them up, and smoking them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they're smoking bugs. Wait,
They're
hold
smoking
on.
bugs because of the chemicals.
Hold on. So we were talking about smoking food to eat. You're talking about actually smoking like a drug, like
Yes.
bugs. Okay. So different types of smoking.
Yeah.
Do they secrete some sort of hallucinogen, or can it help me understand?
Well, so they how they die is they the bugs take up all of whatever the gas they use to exterminate them. At least that's what the inmates think, and then they smoke them. They crush them up and smoke them.
Reason number 1,135 on why not to go to the joint.
Yeah, don't go to jail, guys.
Where did?
Hey, also,
Never mind.
What,
since
TK?
I'm
What?
here-
What?
Since I'm here, I'm already tired of this this narrative that maybe TJ is just a better fit for what they want to do. Maybe this, maybe that. I don't know. The game plan looked the exact same versus Northwestern as it did against UCLA, in my opinion. Give the ball to 21. Let him run. Throw short, intermediate passes. But that's just me.
All right, TK.
Wasn't the final score the same also?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
Oh, no.
Wasn't it 28-21 on both?
I think it was. You're right, Robbie.
Oh.
Sorry, Robert.
Ronald.
It's Ronald. Yes. Wow.
Roberto.
All right, TK. Are you off today?
No, I got to go to court here soon.
Best wishes.
All right, good luck, bud.
Okay. Have a great weekend, guys.
See you,
Hey,
buddy.
don't forget my question for Tim.
I won't. I got it.
Okay, bye.
See you, buddy.
Okay,
I might have smoked it too.
The thing about it was it never affected my play.
I really wanted to go to break there.
You are living your best life, aren't you? You love when the listeners just gas you up.
Headley says they hear a chirp in the hallway and the inmates go wild.
Ooh, that's a high.
You're like, oh, that's a good chirp.
Dude, smoking bugs?
I mean, you got to find hobbies, right?
I'm going to pass on that one.
At some point, I would like the 1,035 items before smoking bugs that are your don't go to prison list. I think I know one of them, but that's it. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I better not.
We're going to take a break here. We've got Tim VERGHESE joining us next.
That was pretty good self-control.
That was for both of us, honestly.
Yeah,
Almost got away from us.
Yep.
Glad we kept that first hour on the rails.
Circus.
Would have been terrible if we crossed any lines there.
Absolute circus.
Whew. Lance, I don't. Okay.
We have some commonalities there.
All right, that is the first hour. We're gonna get to Tim VERGHESE from inside Nebraska next. First, though. Oh no. Don't forget, if you've been in a car wreck, much like this first hour of the show has been, you got to call our guys at Dingman's. They can't fix the show, but they can fix your car with the latest technology and ongoing training so that every repair is done safely and to the highest standard. Go check out dingmans.com. They've got 4 great Omaha area locations, and they will help you out. Voted first place best of Omaha for 20 straight years. It's Dingman's Collision Center. We'll be right back with Tim VERGHESE.
We've learned a lot about ourselves as all of us that are in this position do with our teams, and I've really liked a lot of things that we've done, and there's things that we need to improve on. The great thing about the last game is we get to learn about when we did things right. It went pretty well, and when we didn't, we stopped moving. We got very stagnant out there, and we played 3 completely different teams. You play against a FIU team I think is really talented and athletic, and press all over the floor and plays with a great pace. And then the next game you play against a team that's going to take the air out of the ball, especially when they keep it close. And, again, you look at that team that has taken one high major team to overtime and then another team that really jumped on them. But that team that beat them, Georgia, does a lot of things that we just aren't capable of doing. So we knew that was going to be a tough game. I would have loved to see us, once we got up to 30, get it up to 40. And there's a lot of reasons why that thing got cut back. So, starts got to be better. We got to have a more conscious effort to get the ball to the paint, which we did in the second half. Our starts in the second half have been unbelievable.
Thanks to Nebraska for letting us go first here so we can get out of here. That was not a lot of fun. I thought they played well. Obviously, their defense disrupted us more than I anticipated. I mean, we had 16 turnovers total through the first 2 games and 25 tonight. So we have to be a better passing team. I thought we weren't as unselfish as we needed to be from a screening standpoint, and we're going to have to be a better passing team than we were. I felt like we really showed some inexperience there. And then I thought we lost our composure. I was really disappointed in our emotional discipline. I just thought we were an immature team tonight, and so that's on me too. It's not just on the players, but you can't play at this level against that good a team and be as emotionally unraveled as we seem to be.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Tim VERGHESE from inside Nebraska. Tim, how are we doing this morning?
Hey, how we doing, guys?
TV, how we doing, buddy? I feel like
how you doing? Big game today.
You think I keep hearing that, man? I think we got a big one tonight. It's very, very interesting for me, TV, because I mean, there's a multitude of things. Number one, we've never been in this position before that I can remember. And I've participated in 10 of these, maybe 11. So that's new. The team mindset is different because of kind of where we are on the course of the season. So that's new. As a dad, the boys are vastly different in their personalities. So that's new. And so I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying a different approach to this whole deal because it's about model behavior. Because there's a certain way we have to play tonight. And so whatever it is that I do, the players have to see it too, even though if it's contrary to my normal defense mechanisms. Because those aren't always productive. I need to be productive for everybody else. I'm just, just counting down the minutes, man. Counting down the minutes. How about you? I'm guessing I know where you'll be tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume.
Yeah, I'll be there.
What time you leaving? Ravi needs a ride in a place to. It's like he doesn't know the lay of the land. He's like, what time am I
don't
gonna
need a
get
ride.
there?
I just need to figure out what time to get there so I can actually find a parking spot. But
see, I'm already banking on I'm not gonna be parking in a parking spot. I'll be parking in front of somebody's house and walking over. But
and it's gonna be warm too, so you don't even have to wear your winter coat.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah,
jacket though, maybe a nice little light jacket.
You're such a baby.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I'm just observing. I'm not like coaching, getting all worked up. Like I need to stay warm. It's gonna be like 50 by the end of the game. You don't just want to be standing outside. Come on, man.
My outfit will be comboed the same: a short sleeve, a long sleeve, and pants of some color.
I'm gonna guess black.
I don't know.
Might go black today. No.
I don't know. We'll see. It's the opposite of what other Jernigan wears. He tries to dress like me, so I have to bring 3 outfits. Anyway, TV. What is it that you want to see tonight? What are you interested in?
Yeah, so
the phenomenon known as Jet Tamala.
Yeah, so I haven't seen Millard South live yet this year, so I'm really excited to see where Jet's at this year. I saw him a couple times this offseason. I saw him a couple times last year, so just really excited to just get an idea of where he's at. Obviously, anticipating a big test for him. This is probably the biggest test for him all year, and so excited to see where he's at. I'm looking forward to getting an updated eval on Amarion as well, just because he's a different player, in my opinion, this year than what he's been in years past. So I'm excited to just kind of get an idea of what we're really working with him there. Jensen as well. And then honestly, like offensively, I mean, I think this is an opportunity for Braylon. I think this is an opportunity for some guys defensively for Westside too, to kind of establish themselves, prove themselves. Like I continue to hammer that I think Tay deserves an opportunity to play FBS football, and I think this is an opportunity to kind of prove that he deserves that against a defense full of FBS talent. And I think this is the game where if he has the day I think he's capable of, you cut up that tape and you send it immediately to Washington State and Fresno State and whoever else is willing to listen.
It's cool too because we're significantly younger than they are. So like that dynamic has been fun to coach this week because our trajectory may be different in the future, but the standard is what it is currently for Westside, right? It's
right.
Effort and its toughness, and the pieces that are in there and that stuff doesn't matter. Like there's a standard in which we've got to play, and we just have to see if it's good enough.
Right. How do you convey that to the guy, like being younger, like knowing, like, hey, you are kind of fighting up against, again, like upperclassmen?
We don't talk about it. We don't. there's a style. So once they get the game plan, right, the scouting reports come out, we won't talk much about anything other than concepts and some personnel. We focus on putting guys in the best position we can. We're well aware of, I mean, just click on social media, right? They don't need they don't need our help talking about the prowess of what it is that we're dealing with. So we dial in on us. We have a couple of points of emphasis every week, and that's what we focus on. So we don't talk much about the age, right? We don't, because it's not an excuse. It is what it is. At some point, we'll be the older, more physical, mature team, but it's just not tonight. You know what I mean? So
Right.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I've always been curious about that because it's the same thing, obviously, at the college level too, where you kind of have to convey that to, like, hey, like obviously you go in with the standard, you go in with this idea of, obviously you treat every game no different, nameless faces opponent, but the idea that, hey, like not even losing, but like, hey, you're going to face adversity, you're going to deal with things in this game, like you can't get just dissuaded because it's not about this year for you guys, it's about the years to come for you guys, and you like, this is a building block for the future, while also conveying, like, hey, like the standard remains the same for this individual game.
It's the standard that's the key, because we're not conceding anything.
Right. We're not. But that's like the mental, like, you know what I mean? From the outside, the mental, you play this whole, like, hey, I'm like accounting for all these different things where on the outside looking in, but on the inside, you can't allow yourself to do all of that. You kind of have to be just dialed in.
Yeah, it's it should be good, man. I'm looking forward to a different kind of challenge.
Tim, what do you think about, and you can sit this out if you want to, what do you think about Mo Purify and kind of his opportunity here? Because he's had a strange sort of recruitment, and I like him as a player. Like, what does his recruitment look like?
Yeah, he's one. I'm just excited to see what this looks like on tomorrow, just because, or tonight, just because, like, yeah, like, it's been a good year for him. He's answered some of the questions I had for him this season, but I think there's still stuff that I think he still wants to prove. I think he could still put on tape, and I would imagine guys that are watching and recruiting him and keeping a close eye on him have this game circled, would want to see how he performs in this game. So yeah, I mean, I can't say, I don't know for certain, like, kind of what the ceiling becomes, or what the recruiting ceiling becomes if he has a really good day. But no, I'm really curious to just kind of see how he performs and where things kind of shake out for him, just because I think there's a lot of talent there. I think he hasn't really scratched, or he's just starting to kind of scratch the surface of what he's capable of. And it's been like a slower burn, but I'm appreciative of the fact that he's kind of continued to work and not kind of taking it personal, that, as he's developed and the attention hasn't been there when, in other states, a player of his profile or a player of that athletic background maybe has a little more attention at this point.
Can you tag me back in?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm back in. It's a road warrior. Hawk, he's Ronald. I will say one thing about Mo. I affectionately dub him Peasy. His competitive stamina is incredible. He doesn't say a ton. He's super low maintenance, and his capacity to work is at a super high level. Like, he clearly knows what's in play. The key for him tonight would be to manage it within the confines of how we play, right? He's heard about, and we won't see Amarion, but like, he's heard about all the other guys for a long time, right? So channeling emotion and still competing is part of the growth process. We talk about it for Nebraska, right? They're young guys, or wherever you're playing, like, not making it about something other than what you can control is always going to be a key, right? So
right.
He gets practical application of that tonight. Same as Tay-Tay. Like, there's zero question. Tay-Tay's the best running back in the state since Calvin Strong, for me, right? And I've seen these guys for a long time, whether it's his work ethic, his balance, his, he just what he brings to the table. He can't prove it all tonight, right? He's going against an elite level defense. And And it may not always go the way that he wants it to, but his standard still has to be the standard, right? Like that's all we're ever going to go back to, whether it's, 3rd and 12 or, 3rd and 1.
Right.
They're going to make their plays, right? That's what they do. So we have to this is about emotions, in my opinion. We have to manage the emotions and kind of weather any potential storms, because they're bound to come. It's how we deal with it.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's about that. Like it's not letting the emotional kind of momentum. It's like we've talked about with Nebraska and other teams, it's just like allowing emotions to get in the way of the gameplay.
Yeah.
Tim, want to pivot to Nebraska recruiting here a little bit. I'd noticed that Nebraska had sent out several JUCO offers recently here, which seemed like a shift in philosophy sort of for this staff. Any insight there into kind of why the change in philosophy, and who, if any, do you think they're likely to land?
Yeah, so you saw 5 JUCO offers go out. Technically 6 if you factor in Carrington Pierce, who's technically an Oklahoma State transfer, but transferred shortly after Gundy was fired, is originally from Chaffey College. So 5, technically 6, and it was primarily on the defensive side of the ball. I just, from what I've been able to gather, more than anything, it's just updated evals. A lot of these guys are getting new offers here late, and I know like we're right up on it. We're less than 3 weeks out from signing day, but the guys that were offered, David picked up Alabama yesterday and Arizona State recently, and all of this. He's one where it was just it's updated evaluations. The season has come to an end, or the season's wrapping up, so the staff's getting out, watching some tape, and making new offers. And I think part of this, I tried to convey it on our board yesterday, and I don't like. I think it went over, but I'm going to try again. You are, in this day and age, in where you're at, and not as in Nebraska, but just in general, what you're looking for when you're trying to acquire talent is you're looking for value. You're looking for, okay, how can I find impact talent at a discounted price, or at the price that makes sense for us, or a price that we're not overpaying here? And JUCO is kind of a unique way to potentially secure that, because you have guys like, okay, they've offered David Chukwumeka, Jalen Anderson, Taylor Schaefer, 3 guys along the front 7. David, a true defensive lineman that, it is more of a slower burn, but he has 1 year of JUCO experience. This is a guy that you're looking at, you have 3-4 years to work with him. And year 1, you're looking at him being in the rotation. You're looking for him to play a role, ideally like Cade Petruck or someone like that. And Bama's in this recruitment now, so maybe the math changes a little bit. But on paper, you weren't having to pay as much as you would have for a Cade Petruck level prospect out of a high school. And so that's kind of where I kind of see the staff working, where like a guy, okay, for example, yesterday they offered Taylor Schaefer, fast rising linebacker out of Iowa Central, who's picked up his first Power 4 offers this week. It's Kentucky offered. Nebraska offered. He's got Arkansas in the mix, and he's got a few other just Big Ten programs. Purdue offered. He's probably going to make 4 visits. Florida State lurking, a few other programs lurking. But a guy that is from Big Ten country, Nebraska potentially has an opportunity there. That's a true late riser that Nebraska watched his film, kind of got an idea of who he is in year 1 at JUCO, and offered. And that's like a true updated eval that they feel pretty good about, a guy that they feel can contribute early on in the linebacker room, whether at Jack or inside. And he's another one where, again, from just a value standpoint, all of these guys, and I would say the one name I would keep an eye on, or I keep an eye on Taylor Schaefer for sure. I would also keep an eye on Mako Metelu, offensive lineman out of Mount Sac JUCO on the West Coast. He's a former mission, or not former, but he's a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints. Went on a mission, did his first year back from the mission at JUCO, but had a Nebraska offer actually prior to all of this as a class of 2022 recruit. He's slimmed down. He's a different kind of body type than he was coming out of high school. Much more athletic build, more capable of playing guard. So we've talked a lot about how Nebraska's kind of looked for this 5th potential offensive lineman, whether that's ideally a versatile guard with tackle flexibility, has the ability to play all 4 positions across the line. Makai is one of those guys, and he's not going to cost you what the other guy they were really looking at as a potential fifth spot, Javion Cooper, Syracuse commit, would potentially cost you. Javion's considering Florida State, Miami, Pitt, and Colorado late. A couple of schools really late in his recruitment, and visited Nebraska with his agents over the summer. But you look at, again, in terms of just, we want a fifth offensive lineman. We have this much to spend. Here's how we want to spend it. It makes more sense maybe to go after Makai at this point.
So, Tim, maybe I'm going to galaxy brain here, but when I saw this kind of flurry, I thought, okay, do they think that long-term the JUCO years aren't going to count, and they think this is like a development hack to get a bunch of 20-year-old true freshmen?
I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it just because, again, a lot of the guys they've offered to aren't the 2-year JUCO guys that only have, like, all of these guys have at least 3 years for the most part. Like, all these guys they've offered have at least 3 years. So they are banking on, like, these aren't guys they're taking on for, or these aren't guys they're offering for what they could add in 26. It's what they can add in 27 and 28.
TV, when you're looking at kind of Coach Rule's presser, you never kind of know what the what the message is. You just take the information for what it is. But were you taken aback, kind of surprised about the financial position he talked so openly about with Nebraska, and then the messages of I don't know, they kind of went together, retention and acquisition, not necessarily retention versus acquisition.
So I think the wording of what he said was very intentional, specifically with talking.
Me too.
We're talking TJ Lateef. That said, when talking about everything, I was a little surprised how open he was. But yeah, we have because it does kind of put the pressure on you where, like, the fan base is now, like, we're already seeing it on the board of, like, wait, Rule just said he had all this money. Why are they making all these JUCO offers? Is the portal not what they thought it was? The portal hasn't opened yet. Like, I made sure to convey that. Like, hey, portal isn't open yet. Like, they don't know what's in the portal. Like, they kind of do, but they don't know for sure what's going to be in the portal just yet. This is them doing their due diligence to address needs before signing day. The JUCO offers are, but I putting that does put that target on your back of, like, okay, yeah, I mean, the fan base and people around this are going to expect you to make some moves. Like, they are looking for instant impact, kind of contribute. Last year, Nebraska missed out on some guys they wanted on the D line. They can't really have that this year, you know. And at O line last year, money wasn't necessarily the reason they lost out on certain O line targets, but that's going to be the narrative again this year of, like, okay, if you're going after tackles in the portal, you can't really miss out. You have no excuse. People forget that this doesn't come down to just money, and money isn't the only thing, but money helps a lot, especially in the portal. So I'm curious how Nebraska attacks it. I have an idea kind of what positions they plan to attack. It's going to be, you know, like front seven focus. It's going to be kind of again, like, strengthening needs. I think the way they attacked the portal last year was a lot of, hey, we need high end, we need contributors, but we also just need, like, depth. And that's why you saw them attack certain positions the way they did. This year, it is, I think, truly just about high-end contributors. And if we're taking a depth piece, it's a guy that we think is going to be a factor in 2026. That's how I think they attack the portal. Now, the second part, the retention part of this, I think they have an idea of what they want to spend on most everybody. And this is how you have to, I'll say this first and foremost. This is how you have to operate in this day and age. And it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're Nebraska, whether you're Alabama, whether you're Oregon, Miami, or down to like a North Texas or a UN or like a Sam Houston, whoever you are. You have your budget. You have this is what we spend on this position. This is the high end of what we spend on a high end contributor at this position. We can't go above that. We have some leeway. We have some, like, okay, this is what we see for this. And so the way he answered the TJ Lateef question was interesting to me, because the way I have envisioned it, and again, this is me putting words in his mouth, so this is truly opinion. This is not, don't take this as this is me saying what is. This is me putting words in Matt Rule's mouth. I think the staff has an idea of what they would pay a high-end QB2, what the backup would be, and what that looks like, and what that market looks like. And they are willing to put that offer on the table for TJ Lateef. That said, there's schools out there, especially at the quarterback position, that they have an idea will be willing to offer more. And at that point, it's on TJ to decide what is he willing to do. Is he going to sit and stay and develop, or is he going to go jump for a starting job somewhere else? And there's a lot that still needs to play out. He still needs to perform against Penn State and Iowa to kind of fully see through that value. I think Nebraska also needs to see how these next 2 games play out to assess, kind of what the future looks like. But the way he answered that was very interesting, just in the sense of like, oh yeah, they're going to do everything they can to keep TJ Lateef, but there are going to be, and I think they're going to face that same thing with Emmett Johnson, where ideally they want both of these guys back for 26 and beyond, or 26, at least for Emmett, 26 and beyond. But you look at what makes sense for these guys' careers. Knowing Rule and his staff, I think they are starting to, there's this idea that they won't be able to look those guys in the face and say, hey, the best business and career decision for you is to stick around here.
I actually think that's kind of the key, because I could easily see Coach Rule saying, hey, to EJ, because he's 4 kids.
You could see him say, hey, go to the NFL.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't,
I
don't disagree.
And I don't know what you guys think about this. When I'm listening to him, because I like how he framed it, and because he strikes me as the type of person, because I think he's really fiscally savvy. And I don't think he wants to necessarily build through NIL. I think he wants the option if it comes down to it.
Yes.
He strikes me as the type of person, like McGuire's this guy, right? He sees what McGuire did with that roster because of the oil money resources. If I'm Coach Rule, I'm probably saying to myself, oh, that's cool. That's what money can buy you. That's not necessarily my cup of tea, but if it comes down to a player or two, I want the option to do the same thing. Doesn't mean he will. Just means I think he's better knowing he wants it up to him. He just doesn't want to go into a gunfight with a knife. He may not shoot you, but he wants the opportunity to defend himself. Like, that's kind of how I landed the plane with his personality, because he's a developmental guy. He's a culture guy. Sure, he wants to win, so I think he wants to supplement, not supplant. I think for him, it's more about the opportunity to compete. Just don't tell him he doesn't have the chance to pay for a guy if he wants to. Doesn't mean he necessarily would do it.
Right. And that's going to be, I imagine part like even with all of this, I would say with all of these resources Nebraska now has, the pitch to recruits is going to be, come join our culture, come get developed at Nebraska, not here's a bunch of money.
That's sustainable. That's going to be Nebraska's.
That's how you have to build. Yeah, that's how you have to build.
Their superpower.
Otherwise, you're always in a bidding war.
Yep. And he just doesn't want to be at the mercy of that.
Yeah.
He's going to have his contingency plan is going to be development, culture. This is a good place to be. Like, you don't say what you say about Thomas and quarterback development. You don't do all that with saying, hey, we're pretty good at this development piece too, by the way, if that's what you're interested in. Because contrary to popular belief, not every recruit that's good is money's the all being thing. Like, some kids want to be developed and be in a place in which they feel comfortable. Like, that's not.
No, I
think we forget about that.
Yeah, I've tried to stress that of I know it's easy to get lost in the NIL era of money's the only thing that wins recruitments, or money's the reason these schools win recruitments. The biggest surprises we've seen this year have been guys picking relationships and development over money. That's been the biggest. That's been across this cycle and in the future, into 27 and moving forward. Trey Taylor has picked Nebraska because of development and because of opportunities at Nebraska, because he fell in love with Nebraska. There have been multiple programs before he committed and since he's committed that have tried to flip him with much bigger offers from his commitment to Nebraska. He is not budged because of what he believes in Nebraska. And that's the Nebraska example, but there are other examples elsewhere, plenty of them of guys doing that. And that's where, that's why Nebraska, in my opinion, that's where I think it's more of a big picture type of thing. But I think that's where this is kind of going at the Power 4 level in terms of the programs that are truly trying to compete at this point for playoff spots and appearances, you have these programs and these head coaches that build primarily through the portal, like your Mizzous and your Ole Misses, and I would even put Tech in there at this point, where the expectation there is, yeah, we compete, but there's more of the floor of those programs are fluctuate. You're seeing the negative side of that at Florida State right now, where what happens when you miss in the portal and when you can't really build that up, the floor, the bottom falls out. With Mizzou, they were really reckless in the portal this year. The way they spent money in the portal, they were planning on making or going kind of in on making a college football playoff appearances, which is why I thought Eli Drinkwitz's comments were a little ironic of like talking about just the general broader college football scape.
He's interesting, isn't he?
Yeah, he was like, hey, it's not playoffs or bust. I was like, well, for your boosters and the people around you, yeah, it was this year. Like they spent money that it was playoff or bust, and you didn't make it. So, but when you have those programs that are spending and primarily building through the portal, I wouldn't say primarily building through the portal, but their impact starters are coming through the portal. What that leads to is a product that is not consistent year to year, and versus you see programs, like that are building, primarily through the high school ranks, like Georgia, like Alabama, and these programs that they develop and they land these high end recruits, they develop them. It's not about, Rule has said this many times. The important thing is not acquiring talent in the portal. It's acquiring talent out of the high school ranks and then retaining that talent when others come in to get them out through the portal. That's what Alabama does a good job of. Georgia does a good job of. Clemson in years past has done a really good job of. And these programs that can compete at a high level, USC, they do a very high-end job of. What Nebraska is trying to build, and why I think the portal is going to be supplementary and complementary to what they're doing, is they're trying to build something sustainable through the high school ranks, through high school recruiting, through roster retention, and then, okay, hey, we have some needs that we need to address. Okay, we'll throw in a Williams and Renari and a Deshaun McCullough and a Dane Key when we need to, and obviously an Isaiah Hunter when we need to. We'll add in these value starters when we can and when we can afford to, but that's not how we build this roster. That's not how we plan on adding our impact players year in and year out.
So, Tim, I'm kind of curious about this because DB's brought up this interesting point about maybe the pressure that it puts on you when you're talking about added budget, and you said, yeah, you think it adds some pressure as well. I'm kind of curious if we were just to take the impact guys from last year's class and be like, hey, we have all this NIL money. We're going to get a starting tackle from Alabama, a starting guard from Notre Dame. We're going to get Isaiah Hunter, wide receiver from Cal. It doesn't sound sexy, but if you know it's Isaiah Hunter and what he looks like now, you're like, okay, I like that. We're going to get a former 5-star defensive end. We're going to get an outside linebacker from Oklahoma. Like, people would be happy with that, right?
Oh, I think everyone should be happy with Nebraska. And I think you should be encouraged by what Nebraska did in the portal last year and trust that what they did last year is going to affect how they spend this. I mean, we talk about all those guys. They were not afraid to go down to Idaho and land Andrew Marshall and make him a Big Ten starting corner.
He's a good spender because he trusts their talent evaluation. You can hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
He's betting on their talent evaluations and development. The money is the equalizer. It's not the indicator.
But I guess my point is,
I think that's what I think.
I agree. I guess my point is, regardless of budget, if Nebraska simply came close to replicating what they did last year, that's why I have a hard time with the pressure conversation, because it's like, okay, even if they weren't in the position financially they wanted to be last year, they still came away with a pretty good transfer portal.
I don't necessarily look at it as pressure as much as I get it. People kind of made it about a referendum for next year, and I'm like, you guys are missing the point.
It didn't make sense to me. Yeah,
he wants the opportunity. He's not saying they'll have arrived. You want the opportunity to tell people that you're where you need to be, because
to truly be in these recruitments.
Right, because he's heard it on the road. Hey, we're waiting for you to win. We want to see X, Y, and Z. Like, he has to defend the program, to the perception, because he knows what's being said about them on the recruiting trail. Like, that's what I heard. I didn't hear Well, I boxed myself into 2026. I better win because I said I have everything we need. That's not what he was saying. He's not talking to us.
Yeah.
No, he was telling you, like, hey, you can come to Nebraska because we're competitive financially.
He's not. That conversation wasn't for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And like, I imagine a lot of that was like directed at, and we'll see what kind of shots they take late here. But some of those shots were kind of just directed at, hey, recruit we missed on in 26, a couple months ago, and this is completely like, has not picked up our phone calls in 9 months. We have money now. We have the money to pay you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our guy, Tim VERGHESE, Inside Nebraska. Great stuff as always, Tim. We appreciate the time, and I'm sure I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. We'll see you tonight.
See you, TV.
That is Tim VERGHESE from Inside Nebraska.
You guys almost changed my mood, but I'm back.
Back to what? You mad? Bad mood? Good mood? What happened?
Well, I almost went to super businessy coach mode.
Oh, no, don't worry. We won't let that happen.
Yeah, I can't.
You can't get dialed in this early. You got to wait for it.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, the hard part is having players in your household.
Yeah, I've never really thought about that. Like that's
me neither.
Yeah.
Until it actually happens. I can be vastly different around Caleb than I am Mike.
Well, so that's what I was gonna say, because their personalities are so different.
They're polar opposites.
Like I imagine you can pretty much just be business as usual around Caleb.
Yeah.
Because he just does his thing and like is dialed and
yes and no.
Okay.
Right? It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even taking them over to the stadium, like pregame, is different.
Yeah.
But I'm the same person.
Sure. They respond to you differently?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I have to change.
Sure.
Right? Because I have to play to both their strengths.
Yeah. Well,
whether it's the music, the conversation, what time they want to leave.
Because you don't want to put it on a 16-year-old.
They're vastly different.
Yeah.
So my job is to navigate anything. If it's not harmful or detrimental, then I'm probably going to ride with
to kind of like acquiesce
what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that makes sense. As long as you don't have a really good reason not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I honestly never really never considered, because you wear so many hats, right? So you've got dad hat, you got coach hat, you got whatever we do here hat, and and so it's like I sometimes forget like which one is being worn, and.
Yeah, leaving the house this morning, I much rather preferred to just be like working.
Yeah.
But then there's the coach aspect, and I signed up for that, so I'm not. This ain't "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." It's just a balancing act.
Yeah.
But before I walk out of that door, I'm dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's first and foremost.
Yeah. Your dad all the way to the drop off.
Yeah. So I'm talking him through the door, and at no point did he even open the bathroom door.
Just not.
That like does something to you if you let it. At no point did he open the door.
While you're talking to him?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, we're not.
Yeah, Caleb would have said, hey, you can come in.
Yeah.
One's not better than the other.
That's just how they operate.
It's just how just how they operate.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we're being completely honest, I used to tell Caleb, like, you're too nice. Like, at some point, it's okay to crush a larynx, right?
Yeah.
Caleb is an excellent football player.
Micah?
He starts there.
Yeah, you have to like relax.
You're like, hey, you don't have to kill everybody.
Yeah, and he's learning. I mean, he said something yesterday on the way home about how he's kind of changed his pregame routine because he can rev too high.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, I don't want to be emotional anymore. And I was like, oh, self-aware.
That's a maturity.
Yeah, but then he looks at me like, well, let's not go that far. That's different. It's very different. And this is a different kind of team we're facing. I mean, these are big, bodied body catchers.
Yeah.
And their quarterback is extremely accurate. So you have to negotiate in your head what you're willing to give up because it's who they are, and what you're not willing to give up because it's who you are.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
It's like, it's a cool dynamic, right? Like, I think that's why you embrace it as a coach, but it is. I mean, these are big, strong guys.
Yeah.
But
most of them are older.
They all are.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
super senior laden.
It's an old bunch.
Team.
It's an old bunch.
It'll be interesting. We'll talk to Austin here at 9.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be seeing one of your favorites this evening.
Who's that?
He'll be out at Lakeview.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's out there for Sydney Lakeview semifinals.
They're a machine.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I've only get to see what Sydney puts in the huddle pool. But I do know Lakeview.
Yeah. So you're pretty familiar with them.
Yeah.
Because you liked them in 7-on-7, right?
Well, they beat us.
So maybe you didn't like them, but impressed by them.
Yeah.
But you've liked him for a couple years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Friends, he's a heck of a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to. I think that's where he'll be at for the big game chain tonight. But he's playing a little biased with the Sydney stuff. But
that's who he is.
It's all right. I bring up Millard North every chance I get, so I can't really poke holes there. But so we'll talk to him about all the semifinals tonight coming up at 9.
I'll give you another quick example because you brought up Millard North.
Yeah.
So Mike is telling me yesterday we're coming home and he's like, "Man, have you seen Arif Evans' highlight films?" He's like, that dude hits.
Yeah.
He's turned into a hitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we talking about this in my head, right? But he just is. This is the honest to God true story. Like he's just talking about how he likes the way that.
Yeah, how he gets after it.
He puts heads to bed, right?
Yeah.
At no point would Caleb ever say that to me.
Really?
About another player.
Yeah.
But they get to the outcome the same.
That's super interesting. We'll be right back.
It's a random.
Yeah, that's wow. Pretty good. Yeah.
He does like him though.
Yeah. I do like that about Mike. If he likes somebody, he'll be like, "Oh, they're pretty good."
Yeah.
He's
not afraid.
He'll get after. He's wrong sometimes, but it's okay. We'll be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I feel like the first game when I only had 3 points or whatever, I was just kind of pressing, really just focusing on offense, and when I feel like I don't really worry about that and focus more on rebounding and defense and getting into the paint, it seems to just make me play a little freer and better overall. Not really. I mean that first game I knew it was just gonna be an oddball out of there pretty much, and I just kept confidence in myself and like I said, focused on the other things, on the defense and rebounding, which this team really needs. So just focusing on that gets me going more.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
It's a blessing to be a Heisman candidate, but I can only give credit to God. He's gotten me to this point, and just want to use my platform to be able to, teach the youth and motivate the youth to be, not just great at football player, but just a great person. And so that's why I'm doing this event, is to meet people, interact with the fans, and everything like that. But yeah, man, we got a long way to go. Thanks to my teammates too as well. And it's meant a lot. Coach Rule, Deshaun, those are guys that, we spend a lot of time with every single day, and I can only give credit to God, like I said before, and them for supporting me and believing in me. And so, him saying that, like Deshaun saying that, just shows the type of brotherhood we got, at Nebraska. He's a great player too, and we got a lot more games to win. So I'm really excited for that, and I just give thanks to them.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you it's almost time to start thinking about buying gifts, decor, food, and more. This holiday season, give yourself the gift of savings while shopping with Central Federal Credit Union's Roundup program. When you enroll in Centris Roundup, every purchase you make with the Centris Visa debit card gets you rounded up to the nearest whole dollar. That amount then gets transferred directly from your checking to your savings account. It's a simple way to grow your savings through the holiday season and beyond. Learn more at Centris Roundup at centrisfcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. DB.
What up?
You doing all right? We doing okay?
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, you'll love this. Somebody in the chat said, make sure that Micah does the seatbelt today. Give him the.
So that hasn't happened since
that
meltdown.
Yeah. Since Coach Lamonji.
But do you know what he will give you?
What's that? Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's every DB on the planet, right?
Yeah.
Even my favorite is when a wide receiver just drops the ball and the DB had nothing to do with it, and they walk over, they go,
yeah.
I'm like, bud, you were not a factor there.
Yeah. You better learn to come and make a tackle when they run inside zone or power too. So
yeah, give me a celebration when you do that.
Because Wheeler, he's a handful.
Give me a celebration when you run fit. All right.
He's a big, thick dude.
Yeah, he is. He's the Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been sniffing around. Coach Bielema.
Oh yeah, he's a funny dude.
My guy Evan, he always whenever they're interested in somebody from around here, he's like, "Hey, what do you know about this guy?"
Yeah, They like Braylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. They need a new quarterback soon. Luke Altmaier can't play forever.
Seems like it. Does he know that? Does Luke Altmaier know that?
He may not. He's like, wait, what do you mean? I was just going to get a doctorate and just do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe get a PhD here at Illinois. It's a fine institution.
Player hating degree. That's what your PhD is.
That's Chappelle's show?
Yeah. Oh, that's Player Haters Ball.
Oh, yeah.
But
the most diabolical haters in the world.
That is what your PhD stands for, though.
What? Player haters degree?
Yes.
I don't hate the player, hate the game.
Always mad.
No. I'm never mad.
No.
Look how good of a mood I am.
I wondered this morning. It was touch and go. Did you see how I opened the door?
You're like,
yeah, I kind of had to peek. I was
hey, buddy.
We good. Everybody good.
Everybody up here and everybody down there. Let's settle in.
Yeah.
Come on now.
OKC. I missed him on Sports Nightly last night. He was in a meeting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on now.
No, it's fine. I mean, baseball's a big deal.
Meetings. Oh, they're getting ready for baseball?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he a big baseball guy?
Yeah, he's just good at his job.
Yeah. Well, sure. I was just curious about his personal
Yeah, I think
big into baseball.
He'll do whatever.
Baseball guys are a little different.
Hence Benny Mac.
See, I think of him first.
Shane, did we not reach out to him this week? I'm kind of disappointed. B Mac's got great stories. We're around each other all the time now.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we need to talk to him next week just to make sure that I can continue to make sure he loves Ryan Kalkbrenner as much as I do.
I feel like it's a bit of a stretch, but sure, let's go with that.
I mean, leads the NBA in field goal percentage.
I did not give him a hard time about the Lakers-Hornets game because that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was just captivated by shot selection.
Did you? Oh, yeah. Did you see? This is random. Did you see Cade Cunningham put up 45 shots the other night?
Yeah. So he's good, right?
No, I do, but I hate that. 46 points on 45 shots. Come on.
How long do you think I should wait to talk about Cooper Flagg?
Ooh,
give him a year to get in the weight room. Because I told you you know exactly.
I know exactly how you feel.
What were the two numbers? What were the numbers I gave you?
I think you went a little lower.
I said 18 and 10.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that's close.
He's just got to get stronger.
Which he's young, so it's possible. It's on the table.
Yeah, he's a pup.
Yeah, he's real young. There's some opportunity there. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't know what the total upside is.
Yeah, for a 1.
Yeah.
The camp. I was like,
for 1-1.
You guys,
yeah.
I don't know.
He's not Wemby. In terms, I get that's an extreme, but the way they talked about Flag as a draft prospect wasn't that different.
Kind of with you.
You know what I mean?
It was weird. Yeah.
For the difference in ceilings, we didn't talk about Wemby that much differently than we talked about Flag.
No, that's fair.
And Wemby's ceiling doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, if he stays healthy, there is no ceiling.
Correct.
I don't feel like I'm exact. And I compared him to a guy that just won his 4th MVP.
Consecutive.
Like, there is.
No, it wasn't consecutive. It was
unanimous, not consecutive.
Unanimous is the word I'm looking for.
Like, there is absolute.
Are you going to ask me if I think Ohtani's good?
No, I was going to skip that. I was going to say, though, like.
Seems like a fair question.
Like, if Wemby stays healthy, there's like best player of all time is on the table.
There's not much he can't do.
Same thing with Shohei. Like, if he stays healthy and has a long career, like, best player of all time is on the table. And, like, I think we talked about the Hall of Fame with him before. Four unanimous MVPs is hard to keep out of the Hall.
That's pretty good.
Like, that's hard to keep out of the Hall.
And he said, we're talking still 9 seasons.
Yeah, and several of them hasn't been able to pitch.
Yeah.
Because of different arm injuries. And, like, that's unbelievable. Can I say I'm a little mad? I'm a little mad.
You always are. What makes this any different?
I felt like Cal Raleigh should have won.
Oh. I'm probably not going to fight you over that.
I felt like Cal Raleigh should have won.
I was in on the Raleigh deal, too.
Like, that felt
I was shocked.
I kind of was, too. I thought he had it. That, to me, is like.
Now,
Judge was incredible. Judge was incredible. Incredible. But
I'm with you. Especially given their respective rosters
teams,
and teams.
And even, I think you have to think about history a little bit here, too. Like, Cal Raleigh is more valuable to that franchise this year.
I'm not mad at that.
Than Aaron Judge is to the Yankees.
I don't even think that's hot takey. I probably would have rallied for Cal.
Like, rallied for Raleigh.
Yes, Ronald.
Robert.
Since we're on the R's. I think I'm gonna rock with Ronald.
Yeah, well, it's all right. We'll figure it out. I might forget to answer sometimes because nobody's called me Ronald before, so that's a new one. But
it'll morph into like Ronnie.
I'm sure it will.
It's gonna be some sort of. I mean, I have to.
Yeah. You got to play with the nickname a little bit.
I got to urban it up a little.
Urban is Ronnie more urban? I know Ronald isn't, but
Ronnie's more urban than Ronald.
The only Ronnies I can think of.
There's lots.
I believe
there's Harrell. There's Harmon.
Ronnie Lott.
So I was thinking Lott and Coleman.
Yeah,
the big bodybuilder guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's just Ron. They didn't call him Ronnie.
No, he went by Ronnie like socially.
Well, you guys boys?
I've watched like documentaries and stuff. So like people in his life.
Guys picking up your test together?
No, I'm on Sir Moreland.
By the way, man, I'm waiting for that to kick in.
Yeah.
I'm still not sleepy.
I don't know if the Sir Moreland helps with the sleep or not.
So is it my 157? Oaktown?
No, that's healing. That's like injury healing.
Well, where's my sleeper? I need a sleep.
I don't know. I didn't ask. I sleep okay, so I didn't ask him about the sleep.
Well, he reached out yesterday. I think I know the next phase, I hope.
Well, you got to figure that out because.
And listen, I'm not trying to be Rip Van Winkle. I got television to watch.
No, I get that, but like a solid 4 hours every night would be nice. Like half of the doctor recommended amount would be good.
Sounds good.
I think that'd be positive.
No arguments from me.
We'll get to bet on it later, but I want what games are you like? I know you're trying to dial in on what tomorrow looks like for you. Which ones are you? SC Iowa,
Texas, Hurrdat.
I'm sorry,
Georgia.
Oh, okay. I don't think anybody's ever pronounced it that way. The early window's not great.
It's kind of sucky.
Well, yeah, it is.
But I'm hopeful.
You think Notre Dame? What do you think? You think Notre Dame Pittsburgh is interesting at all?
Yeah, so that's at 11.
That's the only good early game, I think.
Yeah, because and I was hoping that it was later, but when DJ came to practice yesterday, he's pretty pissed about missing tonight. But Notre Dame played. That's an early
they played
game,
early,
so
yeah.
He's kind of boxed in.
Yeah.
That's probably the most advantageous.
He can't get to PA overnight. Thought he had some advantages he could use.
He does. It's his own.
Come on, man.
mean,
Maybe it's an FAA thing.
Probably.
Oh.
And he maps that thing out well in advance.
Yeah. I wonder if it's an FAA thing.
Yeah, because I think they'll fly out of Millard.
Yeah. Well, but then, they got to land in Pittsburgh, though, right? So they've been having issues with. All right. I'm not going to put it on him. That's fine.
So I know the snap thing is okay. Are we getting people back in airports?
I think so. They ended the shutdown, but I think it takes a little bit to catch back up, So
who's doing payroll?
I don't know, man. You got some messy accounting to do.
Man. Because you got a lot of people were getting back pay up until they were taking their vacation, right?
Yeah. Some people were getting back pay. Some people were getting paid during it. Some people got paid for part of the time and then not the rest of the time. Like it's super messy. Trying to figure out. Like I don't envy any of that. I'm just glad we got air traffic controllers back on the job.
Was that the first thing you were? Well, you don't even fly that much.
No, but I mean, I know a lot of people that fly pretty frequently. Like it's a concern. Obviously, worried about people that need assistance.
I just wanted people to stop stealing.
Not stealing is a plus. I agree.
But I get it. I mean, you're desperate.
Desperate people do desperate things.
It's one of those things about condoning poor behavior, even though there's a good reason.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's one of the.
It's such a fine line.
That's why it's one of the great ethics questions they give you in philosophy classes and stuff.
I'm not a philosopher.
I think you're a little bit more of a philosopher.
I mean, I think deeply, but I'm not a philosopher.
Well, we do want people to get to where they need to go. So if they can get all of this taken care of, get the traffic control guys back in there, get everything back online, get everything done, everybody can get to where they need to go. And especially in sports, I mean, because we don't need that being an issue with teams getting where they need to be.
I think
Kinda
if
like
I had
you
to
had
pick,
last
though, I
weekend.
want people to eat.
Yeah, I think that's
of course, but
pretty high priority as well.
Well, he was chiming in like Big Ben. I was giving him the opportunity to explain himself.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be mean to Shane.
It's impossible for you.
It's not impossible. It's just on air. I'm really nice to him off air for the most part.
Yes, he said axe before you make fun of it.
No, you run through an MFer's face. Over and over and over.
What did he say on that one? I don't even know.
Let it play.
The biggin?
I don't.
Shane, when Marshawn was a Raider for that brief stint, did you appreciate him?
I did.
Okay.
I did like more. Yeah. I mean, he was very vocal. He was very he
was Marshawn.
He brought a lot to the team as far as just a team leader.
You think so? You think he was a good locker room guy?
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think he'd been a great teammate because he's going to compete.
Yeah. Us,
And he can drive a golf cart.
Good teammate and good leader are different.
Yes.
You could be a really good teammate, not a very good leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually think you can be a good leader and a very average teammate.
I would agree. I think Michael Jordan was that.
So
maybe below average teammate.
I definitely think they're different.
He's a good leader, though, right? As a player?
Yeah, I'd rock with him.
Great leader.
Yeah.
Never asked you to do anything he wasn't going to do.
Yeah.
Not a very good teammate.
I don't know, man. It might have been just Pip being a wiener.
I don't think it was just Pip. There's a lot of guys that are like, yeah,
Kurt rocked with him, and that was his whipping boy.
Yeah, because he stood up to him. You got to be built a certain way. I bet there's a lot of guys that don't think he's a very good teammate.
Rodman rolled with him.
Rodman's crazy.
Well, I mean, so we're just back to Pip.
Bill Weddington.
Sharman Saw.
Or not Bill Weddington. Who?
Cartwright.
Cartwright.
No, Cartwright
No.
reprimanded him. That was Big Bill's team. Awkward double hitch, full extension shot, and all.
I'm seeing his face. Oh.
I know you're talking about
Jed
from UConn.
No, he liked him. Scotty.
Who he fleeced all the money from on the plane.
Yeah, he liked him. It was Jed Bushler. Bushler and
Scotty. He wore Scotty Burrell out.
He did, yeah. But Scotty didn't say much about it. It was Jed Bushler and Horace. Horace is a little wiener.
I'm out
on Horace.
Me too.
I still think he was the leak.
Do you?
Oh, 100%. He's a liar. Traitor and a liar.
You rocking with Harvey and now Horace?
Harvey's fine. Better than Jeremy. Jeremy's a better scorer, but I don't think he's a better basketball player.
Yeah,
Jeremy's an empty stats guy. He's an empty calories guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Jeremy's
Who remembers Harvey Grant's career?
Ball knowers.
Do you think that was funny, Shane?
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I don't either.
No,
Besides
30 years from now, who's going to remember Jeremy Grant's career?
That's not even a good.
That's the question, right?
I don't like people when they do that. Like, I'm going back and forth with this dude on the message board about Raiola. And, I mean, the goalposts have moved so much.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, do I do this over verbs and words? Or do I just say, hey, hit me up?
Here's the thing. You have to be really, really specific with those people so that you can really nail them down on like, hey, this is what you said we were talking about.
Believe me,
right?
I try.
Yeah, you do that to me all the time. And I'm wiggly.
Yeah, like.
So when I ask for it,
we're not going to be able to say Wagyu or Wiggle ever on this show.
But when I say, hey, Shane, play Lil Jon.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb.
Do you know who Lil Jon is, Shane?
What?
Isn't he little?
Not as little as you.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
That's Marshawn, also not Lil. Yeah.
So y'all can sit here and ask me all the questions y'all want to.
It's fine.
Let's.
Yep, definitely need one before Action Jackson.
Shane, I'm going to ask you to take a break now. Okay.
On these shields, boys.
I knew that was coming. Hey, see, I'm trying to stay out of coach mode, Shane. Don't do your boy like that. I start to go. There's a dark place I go to.
Hey, don't give him revved up. We got an hour left, man. Chill.
This is where we hold.
Hey, knock it off. Take a break.
This is where we fight.
Shane, I will fight you in your little birdhouse. Go to break.
Just remember this day.
This day, man.
Oh.
I got
It will be yours.
to deal with this dude for another hour, Shane. Come on. My God. You listen worse than I do.
Let's go.
Well, it's over now. DB's in coach mode.
I'll be fine.
All right.
Take a break.
Hopefully Austin can get you into whatever mood.
No, he's going to say something inflammatory. Like why he tried to run me over.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be back with Austin Jacobsen, the big game chain guy, to talk about the high school football semifinals. That's coming up next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
I ain't sure I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I feel like the first game when I only had 3 points or whatever, I was just kind of pressing, really just focusing on offense, and when I feel like I don't really worry about that and focus more on rebounding and defense and getting into the paint, it seems to just make me play a little freer and better overall. Not really. I mean that first game I knew it was just gonna be an oddball out of there pretty much, and I just kept confidence in myself and like I said, focused on the other things, on the defense and rebounding, which this team really needs. So just focusing on that gets me going more.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
it's a blessing to be a Heisman candidate, but I can only give credit to God. He's gotten me to this point, and just want to use my platform to be able to, teach the youth and motivate the youth to be, not just a great football player, but just a great person. And so that's why I'm doing this event, is to meet people, interact with the fans, and everything like that. But yeah, man, we got a long way to go. Thanks to my teammates too as well. And it's been a lot. Coach Rule, Deshaun, those are guys that, we spend a lot of time with every single day. And I can only give credit to God, like I said before, and them for supporting me and believing in me. And so, him saying that, like Deshaun saying that, just shows the type of brotherhood we got, at Nebraska. He's a great player too, and we got a lot more games to win. So I'm really excited for that, and I just give thanks to them.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Austin Jacobsen of Hurrdat Sports, the big game chain guy. What's up, Austin?
How we doing, DB? It's so good to see you. I'm so happy that you made it through that car wreck that apparently you almost got rear-ended in. I have
Do you
no
remember
clue
where
what
you
you're
were headed?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you were driving along 108th heading south, almost to the apartment complex on 108th and Harrison.
What day was this?
It was probably 2:40 on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I was doing my Costco run for the week. Yeah, that sounds right.
I've
been thinking all week that wasn't me, and now it was. That's really bad.
It absolutely was you.
I placed myself at the scene of the crime. That's bad.
The black horn rims. You had with the window down. I honked.
Did you?
Yeah, you were locked.
Well, I'm always locked in when I'm driving. 2 hands on.
Oh no, I rode with you. I know. I never felt safer, except when I was driving with Grandpa Ronald over here.
Fair. Well, I did almost miss the exit when we went. We didn't even make it to out of Omaha yet, and I almost missed the exit to go to Kansas City. That was bad. Because DB looks over and he just goes, "You know where we're headed?"
That is the most DB ever. It's like, you good?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't like to induce panic, so I try to keep it basic.
Well, DB, I know everyone's been trying to get you riled up, but let's get you riled up in a different way, right? Because we have beef, because apparently you want to go against America's sweetheart in the Sydney Red Raiders tonight, which I don't understand why. You can be a Lakeview guy through and through, but the Sydney Red Raiders are making a 400-mile trip to play at 5 o'clock in Central Time against the tall grass of Columbus Lakeview. They've got every element against them. It's 11-0 versus 11-0. You couldn't ask for a better matchup in C1.
I don't have a pick. I just have an affinity. So if you want me to ride with Sydney just for GP and Team Action Jackson, that's fine. I don't really have a dog in the hunt or the fight in the hunt or I don't know. What's the analogy? It's something you would say, Austin. What is it?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to make too many dog references yet because it's there's going to be plenty of dogs on the field wherever you are in football this weekend. So I mean, it's going to be
that's
good.
a play on word.
Not to get too into football already, but C1 probably has the two most dynamic matchups on the semifinals. When you look at what Lakeview and Sydney will do, that game could be 3-0 if either team could kick a field goal. And then on the opposite side, Wahoo and Ashland Greenwood might put up 70 points combined. So it's going to be like a fun matchup of Friday night when you look and really down the road too. I mean, those two schools are not going to be tremendously far from each other depending on who comes out of there, unless of course it is Sydney that can make it to Lincoln. So I'm looking forward to tonight. I think that there's a lot of matchups that are a lot closer than we've been in a lot of years past across all classes. It's going to be, I think that there's a lot of different variations of teams that could get to Lincoln in each class. And that makes things very exciting.
Austin, with that Ashland Greenwood Yahoo game, obviously.
Say Yahoo?
Yes, he did.
I certainly did.
Yahoo!
Wow, Kip Bricken's about to go for 270 now because
he doesn't need any encouragement because he's already pretty sweet.
That Ashland Greenwood Wahoo game, pardon. Do you see any reason for the discrepancy in those results that Ashland has had with them, considering where they're at basically against every other team?
Well, yeah, I mean, Derek Tonjes is very good. He's very accurate. And Ashland Greenwood has played up to snuff, if not, I mean, past the point of teams that are probably close to their level. Yeah. Wahoo, and everyone's made the big caboodle about, Millard South and the talent discrepancy over this past, calendar year of where they have played in the regular season games, right? But that's the Class A model. Wahoo and C1 probably has that same level. But the difference is that Wahoo, every time that they've played a top 10 team, and they have played a couple of them, they take them to the woodshed every single time. And maybe it's a bit of the intimidation factor. It's the thought that the other team walks in, they know they're playing a two-time defending state champ. But Wahoo always handles their business early. And it truthfully is because of how talented Kip Brigham is and how deep that roster can go to. You have to be an excellent defense. You have to contain and frustrate Wahoo from the very beginning. And not a lot of teams have been able to do that over the past few seasons. And so that's where it starts and ends. And so when you go back to that week 2 game, when it was a 35-0 game for Ashland Greenwood, or for Wahoo in that win, I should say, Tonjes was not his accurate self because Wahoo got him off his rhythm. He wasn't able to find a lot of his receivers, and he made a couple of mistakes. So if Ashland Greenwood has a chance to keep it close today, it's because they shorten the game. They have to play a little bit of what Wahoo wants to do too, and you can't give the ball up because as soon as you turn the ball over, Wahoo always seems to score, and then you get down another score, and then it keeps ballooning and it keeps blowing up, and then they just suffocate the ball away from you, and you don't get a chance to make a comeback.
Action Jackson, how do you parse through Elkhorn North's health going into that one against Gretna East versus Gretna East performance? Can you separate the two?
Yeah, that one was really interesting to me because I didn't really know a lot of the health issues until kind of woke up Saturday and kind of collected all the information then by Sunday to kind of figure out where that discrepancy was. And as much as the story probably was how, beat up Elkhorn North was, how the game kind of changed, Gretna East, man, I don't know if maybe it's just the way the narrative has been because they're a new school, because they're not a regular name that we're used to throwing in. But when you go back through this season of stats, Gretna East is really, really good. Mm-hmm. Connor Sams is playing at a phenomenal level. He's probably going to get over 2,000 rushing yards in the season, depending on what he does tonight. And just kind of looking back on what Gretna East has done too, they're averaging 270 rushing yards a game, 435 total yards a game, 40 points per contest. I mean, those are just phenomenal stats for a team that was on the rise at the end of last year to where they are now. And what they couldn't do last year in beating some of the top of Class B, they're now more mature, they're older, and they have maybe the best players on the field at every single stop that they've been on. Yeah, they've had their early season, maybe a little bit of miscues here and there, but I think that they've handled their business, and I think it showed against Elkhorn North that maybe they're peaking at the right time this season, and they've got it all figured out.
What do you make of that matchup this week, though? We got Gretna East. Obviously, Gretna was not expected to be here, right? They have the miracle early.
Knutsen's on a heater.
On an absolute heater. You have the miracle, almost like Team of Destiny win where they're down 10 with 30 seconds left. Like, what do you do with the Gretna team? And then you add in.
They got to figure out how to slow them down. Isn't that right, Action Jackson? Like, Gretna defensively is going to have their hands
little civvy
full
and
with G East.
And you add in, hey, first time in this stage that these two schools are playing each other, like this is a whole other thing.
Zero.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously they played to a 1-score game at the end of the regular season. It's going to be, I mean, you talk about the parking issues in the metro for tonight. Good luck walking from Exarban to Westside, and good luck parking at the Hy-Vee from Gretna and walking back into Gretna Stadium. I mean, those are going to be tremendous atmospheres, great places to be. There's not going to be a seat open across there. So hopefully grandma gets there parked at 4:00 today. But for Gretna being the 11th seed and the lowest seed in all classes, man, have they been performing very well despite having some of those miracle games like against Norris. And it starts and ends really like what you said, DB, with Knutson. I mean, he's a Mr. Football candidate or Mr. Nebraska candidate as well. And he's had 4 straight games, 330 or more passing yards, over 3 touchdowns in the past 4 games as well. He went 19 of 32, 356 passing yards, 4 scores, and no interceptions last week in a win over York. And that was a York team that went on the road and beat Scotts Bluff, which is not an easy thing to do regardless. I'm also impressed too, because as much as you want to point to the receiving core, how talented they are, how good Knutson is in the pocket, they can run the ball. They've rushed over 150 yards. So in their past 4 games as well, all wins except for the loss to Gretna East. So the difference maker is, how can you get that extra possession and then stay ahead of Connor Sams? Because if Gretna East gets ahead in this contest, they will again squeeze the life out of you, because Sams isn't going to give that ball up. Gretna East doesn't really fumble the ball all too often. It may come down to turnovers at the end. But if Gretna East has the ball last and they're up, good luck trying to get the ball back, because they're not going to do it very easily.
Let's move on to the main course, Class A here. Obviously, we'll get to the Westside Millard South game here in a second, but it's almost like people have forgot there is another semifinal that goes on.
Yeah, isn't there funny? There's another game happening, and everyone's just, we're talking about one.
We got Papillion La Vista South, who I believe was DB's sleeper to start the season, and a Creighton Prep team that we've seen grow a ton over the last 2 years. What are you seeing in that one?
Well, if you're smart, you probably go to Papillion La Vista South and Creighton Prep first, because that game will be over in about an hour with the way both those teams are going to run the football. It's going to be probably straight up 48 minutes and then done. No one's running out of bounds. Everyone's going to punish each other. But Papio South, and I know Sauter's talked about this before, they have been so impressive in being able to rewrite their own narrative so many different times this year. When Derek Jones went down, I think a lot of people wrote them off. When they had an early season loss, people were saying, okay, well, maybe it's not the Titans anymore. But instead, they just kept on winning, kept on finding ways. And every single week, despite their record, despite their performances, they'd almost felt like, okay, well, this is the week Papio South loses. This is the week the Titans will, drop a game. And in all their playoff matches, it even felt that same way. Oh, well, if you're looking for an upset, here's the game that you could look at. And somehow, some way, they've just found a way to keep going. That's definitely a part of their integrity. That's a part of their culture. And that's a part of the team that they've built there. But Creighton Prep, you can say all the same things. And they have the history behind them, too. It's going to be really a snot-nosed game. Everyone's going to try to just beat each other's heads in with that one. And especially if you're looking on the rushing side of it, I don't know if either of these teams, both these teams are going to want to run the football, and you're going to want to get that big play passing opportunity. The defenses are going to perform well, and I believe, truthfully, that Creighton Prep's defense has maybe performed the best out of all the postseasons so far. They've had tremendous performances last week when they were on the road against, or actually when they were at home against Lincoln East. That was a 7-0 game for basically 4 quarters. They put on a late score, and then East was able to get a score late in that contest to make it, I think, 14-7. But yeah, you look back at what Prep has done defensively. If they can control a lot of the time of possession in this one, whichever team maybe holds the ball the longest wins, it's going to be a low-scoring affair. So if you're going out there, just prepare for a lot of defense and cheering on for those third downs and hopefully mediums and longs if you're a defensive fan there for high school football.
Yeah, I think at Prep it's interesting because for as good as each of these teams kind of have their strengths defensively, at Papio South, their secondary I think has been outstanding, super stingy. They've got that front plan well because they're so sound. With Prep, man, it starts and ends with that front. They're versatile. They're deep. Defensively, man, they're a handful. And they're kind of this is a really, really good defensive team. And when you talk complementary, the way they played defensively versus what they want to do offensively, and I get it, Ben Leslie's going to make his first playoff start tonight at quarterback for them, but it still fits with what they want to do. They're gonna control the clock and be good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I think both teams are preparing for it to be a war. They know that this is probably going to be a one-score game. Prep has really battled that into their mentality, even when they've played excellent teams. If they were, playing Omaha Central earlier this year, that game got out of reach, but they played it as if it was a one-score game the entire time. And they just said, listen, we're going to run the ball. We're not going to turn it over. And we're going to do a lot of different things defensively to try to make sure that younger quarterbacks that need to step up and make plays are unable to. And I think that could be the difference maker here. I'm not necessarily leaning one way or the other, but there is something too just about always being on the opposite side of where Papio South has been so far this season. I don't want to be the person that gets it wrong again in the semifinals. So I'm almost feeling like maybe it's time to start believing in the Titans. So I might have to lean that way. But what a great matchup. And also underrated uniform matchup in that one, especially if they go the black and the whites on both sides. I mean, that's going to be fantastic for each way.
All right. Speaking of a great matchup, the one that people have been talking about basically all season, Westside and Millard South finally get to face off again. Obviously, since this Millard South run has started, they've faced off 2 years ago in the regular season. That one goes Westside's way. They faced off last year in the state championship. That one goes Millard South's way. This time it's in the semifinals. The narratives around this game, I think, are super interesting, right? We kind of take the royal we kind of take Millard South as this, immovable object, this, irresistible force, whatever analogy you want to use. At the same time, I look at a Westside team that, as their core were sophomores last year, was very much in that game into the third quarter in the state championship. How do you weigh those things as you look at this matchup?
Well, yeah, I think that's part of it too, because Damon, I'm not going to speak for you by any means. I'm just going to be the neutral media guy here.
That's good, Carl Weathers.
No one has ever compared me to Carl Weathers.
He was Action Jackson.
Okay, fair.
So why shouldn't the Sydney honk be Carl Weathers? It's very fitting.
I can see the resemblance.
Exactly. It must.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I'll bring that up at Christmas. I'm sure everyone will agree.
I meant like Happy Gilmore, Carl Weathers.
I want to be in the clouds tonight when Sydney wins. That's where I want to be.
With the gator.
Just keep all your prosthetics attached. That's all I'm saying.
I'll be holding me in my 2016 roster of Sydney Red Raiders football right there. Anyway, so back to what you were asking. Back to what you were asking, Ravi. I was texting you about this last night as well, Ravi, but there is that part of this contest where it is you look at it in so many different ways, where it's, Millard South has just been running through opponents. The question really is, what can Westside do, right? It's that narrative, and it's the Division I talent on one side comparative to the talented players on another. I was there for the Class A final a year ago, and in that game, I felt like Westside was playing as solid of a game plan that they could perform in the first half. It got away from them in the second half because of a couple of big runs. Muirhill had a couple of big opportunities. He ended up scoring, I think, 3 touchdowns in that game. And if you're going to get beat by what was last year's Millard South team, maybe that was the way that had to go down. And Westside was just doing everything possible to make sure that was mitigated. They did get Jet Tamala on one of his worst performances of his 2-year tenure over the past 2 years for the Patriots. It was only like 220 yards. He threw an interception. He did have 3 passing touchdowns. But again, compare it to all of the stats that he's had so far over this past year and even last year, there is a game plan obviously in place for Westside that they can replicate some of that success. And it starts and ends with Tay Jenkins, because as we've said through a couple of these classes across the state of Nebraska, there's going to be a bunch of grandpas pounding on the fence line that say, just run the damn ball. And for Westside, Tay Jenkins is going to need to have maybe that Herculean effort to be able to keep the ball out of the hands of a talented Westside team. Westside obviously is going to have to play great defense, but something tells me that Westside knows exactly where they can pick and choose their battles and try to confuse the former Alabama quarterback. I don't think it's as far of a gap that everyone wants to make it seem like it's going to be, because I've seen what success looks like for Westside against Millard South. The only difference this time is you do have to do it through 4 quarters. Luckily, it's at Phelps Field and not Memorial Stadium, so maybe you get an extra boost because half of Millard South won't be able to know where the parking is. But opposite of that, too, it is going to be a tremendous matchup. And I think that there is a lot of those little moments in the game that can make big differences, because that's how the state final felt last year, despite what the final box score may have looked like.
Yeah, for all the aerial assaults and as good as Millard South is offensively, their defensive line last year and this year, just their defense in general, they play so fast, they play hard. It's not overly complicated. They get to where they're going, they get there in a hurry. Guys like Teagan Urbon and that front is kind of, it seems like kind of a travesty that defense doesn't get more run because of how prolific that offense has been. They're sensational up front.
Yeah, and I know that's part of the reason, that everyone is kind of talking a little bit more about Millard South when it comes to, their offensive numbers and everything that comes with it. And, the Westside defense last year was so talented and so good. And obviously they had a bunch of Division I players, and they had the Butkus Award winner and all that stuff that went along with it too. This Millard South defense is just as talented, but if you know what you can take away from an offense, and you can frustrate an offense from what they prefer to do and what they are most comfortable when they get into 3rd and longs, which again, Millard South has not been in very many this season. When they aren't,
do you know how long it took us to find goal line scenarios?
Right. Yeah.
No, I know I hadn't even thought about that. But
we're trying to practice short yardage and goal line. It's like,
haven't seen that much this year.
I mean, we're typing in searches and huddle. Fudge.
Well, even in that sense too, there is a sense of maybe, and this is, odd brain football. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. But when you're thinking about this in like the longer form, yeah, Millard South hasn't been tested if they're in a close game, or what if someone gets run down on what's usually a 70-yard touchdown, and then they have to go 1st and goal from the 5, and then they face 3rd and goal from the 3. They are not in that situation very often. Now, I'm not saying that they can't have success there, but there is a part of it where you haven't had 11 games coming into the season where you've been able to work in these game moments against a team that may just be as talented as you are on the opposite side. Frustration can set in. And I know that that's a conversation I've had with different high school head coaches and college coaches that you can talk with, especially play callers, that say, well, I just want the game to go this way. And sometimes I just get impatient and I want the big play to happen. If the big play doesn't happen for Millard South tonight, how long does impatience run until maybe a mistake happens? And that is definitely keys for everything that kind of foils into a Westside upset. But again, Millard South is the favorite. They should be the favorite. They are, one of the most talented teams in football history here in the state of Nebraska. And it's going to take one of the best efforts to see what happens tonight. And I'm very excited. Obviously, I won't be there, but I'm very excited to see, obviously, how that one shakes out and to hear from DB later on, especially in the next week.
Oh, man, you won't have to hear from me. I'll be good.
Okay. All right.
We just
DB, I know.
I'll ask for rides to far places, and hopefully your fiance tags along. You can even bring your dog. We'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Now, just to wrap up, because I have to hit this for small town ball stuff, the 8-man games tonight, Crofton and Shelby Rising City. Everyone wants to talk about the points that Millard South's been putting up. Crofton has scored over 200 points in the postseason so far, including a 90-point win in their first round. They play a defense in Shelby Rising City that is going to definitely try to shut down a lot of that rushing attack for Crofton. SRC has only allowed 110 points so far this season, including 24 against the defending state champ Sandy Creek. They play Plainview. Pirates are the lowest seed in 8-man football to make it to this round of the postseason. And if you want just the ultimate football experience in Wahoo, you can go to Wahoo Ashland Greenwood. Down the street, head to Bishop Newman and Kearney Catholic. That is going to be an excellent matchup. Rashawn Harvey is one of my favorite coaches in the state.
I like him on social media too. They're always so good with like getting film and stuff when I want to get ready for the state finals, and that's a good egg. And I think it surprises a lot of people to not see Norfolk Catholic the last couple of weeks making this kind of run.
Yeah, C2's been a lot of fun. And then out in central Nebraska, if you believe it exists, is Grand Island Central Catholic and Ord. And the Chanticleers, man, I mean, they would be on.
Good on you for saying it right.
Yes, 100%. Hey, I had to check with my sources after I told you that the other day. I was like, I better have gotten this. So, yeah, but Ord and Grand Island Central Catholic, that is going to be another game that wraps up after 48 minutes because, I mean, it will be a ground and pound game between Grayson Sack and Jordan Williams. Ord has the Class C2 playoff record for rushing yards in a single game when they beat Donovan Trumbull in a postseason contest earlier this year. There are just so many good games that are very, very tightly contested and equally matched across this year that I don't think we've seen in some time. And I'm very excited to see what comes out because it means that we're going to have some excellent football in Lincoln in just a few weeks.
Hey, but I had somebody in the chat. Terry said, hey, DB, you got to get out of Omaha. We got X, Y, and Z at Concordia and all these other places. I'm like, Terry, you have no idea who you're talking to. I've been to more small towns for any Omaha guy you've done and done state finals and small classes for a long, long time. Yeah. So anytime you want to have discussions about who's where, holler at your boy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for six-man, Kearney, a week from now is going to be the six-man championships. I know I was in the chat with KB yesterday about it. He's not going to like this, but Southwest and Houston Billiter is the best player in six-man football. If he can get a win today, he will end up probably being the six-man player of the year.
What's his real size?
A state title.
What's his real size? Have you seen him in person?
Well, every time I've seen him, he gets like 3 inches taller and like 10 pounds heavier in a good way. Like, I don't understand. When I first met him, he was a little bit below my eye line, and now I'm terrified to see him again because I'm going to be looking up at him.
That is Austin Jacobsen, also known as the Big Game Chain guy. Austin, thanks for the rundown of the state semifinals. We'll talk to you later.
Absolutely.
See you, Carl Weathers.
Coming up next, we've got Ameer Abdullah and Kenny Bell going to join us on the stream here, and we'll have more Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I feel like the first game when I only had 3 points or whatever, I was just kind of pressing, really just focusing on offense, and when I feel like I don't really worry about that and focus more on rebounding and defense and getting into the paint, it seems to just make me play a little freer and better overall. Not really. I mean that first game I knew it was just gonna be an oddball out of there pretty much, and I just kept confidence in myself and like I said, focused on the other things, on the defense and rebounding, which this team really needs. So just focusing on that gets me going more.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
It's a blessing to be a Heisman candidate, but I can only give credit to God. He's gotten me to this point, and just want to use my platform to be able to, teach the youth and motivate the youth to be, not just great at football player, but just a great person. And so that's why I'm doing this event, is to meet people, interact with the fans, and everything like that. But yeah, man, we got a long way to go. Thanks to my teammates too as well. And it's meant a lot. Coach Rule, Deshaun, those are guys that, we spend a lot of time with every single day, and I can only give credit to God, like I said before, and them for supporting me and believing in me. And so, him saying that, like Deshaun saying that, just shows the type of brotherhood we got, at Nebraska. He's a great player too, and we got a lot more games to win. So I'm really excited for that, and I just give thanks to them.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
So Nebraska still up by a pair. 28-26 is our score. Kickoff into the end zone will be brought out by Abdullah. Abdullah, a little bit of shake and bake with room to run. What kind of speed do you have, young guy? Down the right sideline.
He's got a chance. Did he make it? Yes! Touchdown, Nebraska!
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by a guy you just heard of there, Ameer Abdullah, as well as Hurrdat Sports' own Kenny Bell. Ameer, Kenny, how we doing today, guys?
What's up?
Doing well, man. Thanks for having me on, y'all.
I heard that call and I could see that play in my head. Like, that was crazy.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, K-Bizzle? Every time we play that clip knowing Double A's personality, when he says, "How fast are you, young fella?" I could just see Ameer saying, "Fast enough."
Yeah. What kind of speed does the young man have?
Man,
that
was an extraordinary call. Extraordinary call. What's funny about that play was that was my freshman year, so I really didn't know like the impact of making plays at the University of Nebraska and how that carries on to campus and how that really feeds into the energy of the student body. So I was in the theater class. It was stupid early in the morning. It was like a 7 a.m. class on Monday too, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, he's one of the smart ones.
Yeah, I actually went to class. This was before
Hey, way to
this
sneak
new
that,
era,
hey,
guys.
Amir, way to sneak that in there, brother.
Yeah,
feel me?
that's the humble
game,
brag. I
first
didn't
game.
even know they started school at 7.
So I go in this class, man. We had worked out early in the morning. I'm like half asleep. I used to always sit at the very top. It's one of those big old auditorium type classes where they got like 80 seats in there, right? So I used to sit at the top left corner. I'm walking in and my back is to the screen. Usually the teacher put up a prompt for the day on the screen. I'm walking my back to the screen. I finally sit down and on the screen it says, "Thank God for Ameer Abdullah." That's what the teacher had on the screen. And that was my like real welcome to Nebraska moment. Like, oh, these people are serious. These people really care about wins and losses at this university. And if you can bring wins by any means necessary, they're going to love you forever.
One of the cool things about talking to you guys, and KB is kind of easier because he's got the branch on. I get to see his business acumen, and he's just super easygoing and good-natured. And one of the things that I like about you, Ameer, that I've always kind of gravitated towards, and I tell this story, and I think it's cool that you've invested in EJ. I'll tell you how it's morphed into the other running back room in a second. But I remember coming to practice, and in your individual was Braylon Hurd, yourself, Aaron Green, and Rex Burkhead. Coach Brown had the running backs, and you guys were going through drills, and I'm just, I'm just watching, right? I'm watching, and Coach Brown comes over afterwards, and he said, "Oh, we've adopted some of your old drills, and Coach Solich would be proud, and this, that, and the other." And I asked him, I stopped him, and I said, "Does Ameer always cut these guys in line? Like, why?" I asked him this, like, why did those guys let him go ahead of them in line? And he's like, "Oh, DB, I got to tell you, man, like, Ameer's going to do everything that Rex is going to do because he sees the work ethic, and Ameer's just a worker." I was walking after practice to my car, and I go, 2 things. Number 1, that guy's going to work out here. But number 2, if you ever want to do something and you're not supposed to, you better stop waiting in line. You better, because that's how Emmett is. And so it's natural for me to see why you gravitate towards a guy that he just refuses to go away, man. Like, his ability to keep showing up and hop to the front of the line versus guys that are waiting for permission. You got to love that, man, because I'll never forget that day. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
100%. I mean, just going back to what you were saying, I definitely watched everything Rex did because Rex did everything the right way. And, like, I think that's probably the biggest blessing that I had going into the University of Nebraska. It wasn't having the competition of Braylon and Aaron, which they were dynamic players within themselves. It was having someone who led through action as opposed to through speech. Like, Rex probably spoke like 30 sentences throughout my entire time at but when he did speak, it was with his actions and it spoke volumes, right? And he was a guy that was like never going to back down from hard work. He was always going to, even if he was dog tired, if he was doing conditioning in the summer, he was going to try to finish in that top 5 every single time and every single drill. And I was like, this dude is going to play in the league. We knew that from the minute we got there. I was like, I want to play in the league, so I got to do everything that he's doing because I gravitate towards underdogs. That's why when they were picking up lockers, I sat my lockers right next to Kenny Bell. 2-star game, both guys. We both knew that like the writing was on the wall that we ain't supposed to be playing. We're not supposed to be the guys that's really come in and and make any noise. And Emmett Johnson's the same way. Guy from Minnesota that a lot of people from the turnover of coaches and stuff, they kind of forget about him. And even when Matt Rule first got here, I don't think he was really his guy. And I don't think Emmett Johnson was his guy. I think they did everything they could to find people who were maybe more aesthetically appeasing or whatever as a running back that fit kind of their idea of what it looked like. But that guy, like you said, he just didn't go away. And not only that, he sought me out, right? Like I didn't go to him. He messaged me online and was like, dude, give me any game you can. Whenever you come back, man, let's rap. He came and volunteered at my coaching my camp 2 years in a row without asking for anything. He just wanted to be around me, just to soak up the energy and soak up the knowledge in any way that he could. And to me, that was a reflection of just like some of the seeds that I had sowed, you know what I mean? In that running back, like, I guess, atmosphere at Nebraska and some of the seeds that Rex and some of the people that came before us did. And I'm glad that he was able to take those and grow his own vertically integrated foundation of what it means to be a running back at Nebraska now, because I'm proud, man, because it's been a while since I can actually look at that backfield and be like, that's a guy. And Emmett is a guy, and I think it took a while for a lot of people to really believe that, but he just shows up every single week, man.
Ameer, you mentioned kind of the similarities in the mentality between you and Emmett. Do you see any similarities in your games, the way he goes about his business on the field?
Absolutely. I feel like he's a unbelievable dual threat. In fact, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that he's in the offense that he's in. I am. Because
I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah,
at least you got to be a velociraptor. I'm like a Brontosaurus, man. Like
Kenny, if you want to speak on that before I go into it, because I know
Kenny wants to play in this offense.
Man, it's crazy. We were just talking about this the other day, and I'm not here to. You guys know me. I'm not here to throw stones at the offense that we played in. I'm grateful for our time and the opportunities that we did, but the stuff that Coach Holgerson is dialing up is really setting the young men up for success. He understands that he's got a dynamic back that can catch the football out of the backfield. So did we. He's still doing it on Sundays and scoring touchdowns. So to see that kind of transpire for Emmett, I think couldn't be better timing. I'll let Ameer talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the similarities I see in Emmett is just the dynamic ability to do so many different things. Like you see the screen that he took for 56 last week. It's just scratching the surface of what his potential can be as a weapon. And then when you look at like the NFL landscape, I know scouts are going to be drooling about a guy like that who can make people miss in space. And I think what is most similar in our games is just his anticipatory nature. He sees it before it happens. You know what I mean? Like he runs.
How about watching that guy press duo?
I was just about to say that. He runs inside zone in the duo scheme, which for those who don't know what duo is, that's two front side double teams. He just understands how to manipulate linebackers, and you got to be slow to it and speed through. And he really understands that. And it takes a sixth sense that you can't really coach that for a back who can do it really consistently. And that's what I felt like I had at Nebraska, which allowed me to have in my senior year tons of long runs. And you saw that jump for Emmett this year where it went from just, marginal gains to boom, big runs, because the anticipation is right on mark.
Hey, and part of that too speaks to KB. I remember we were at an event this summer, or maybe it was last year, AA, and KB and I were talking, and somebody asked him about his favorite plays and kind of what he was doing. And first thing he talked about was not only just the kill shot in the Big Ten championship game, but just blocking and laying wood and taking pride in versatility. And, you can't have big plays and long runs without everybody doing their 1 of 11, right? So you watch guys like Hunter and you watch guys like Key and Luke Lindemeyer just annihilate people downfield. I mean, KB, I'll let you go first just because I know that speaks to you because you took pride in your wiry toughness.
I did. I took a lot of pride in our offense, and I think I took a lot of pride in blocking because our backfield made it easy to do so. Like when you got a Roy Halou, Rex Burkhead, Ameer Abdullah our senior year, like go push crack on the safety because you get him and Ameer's not getting tackled by the corner. He's going to make one miss and we're going to go for 30. You know what I mean? Like, so we took a lot of pride in that, and it's great to see the wide receiver room take pride in that now. But that's a reflection of your running back room because you can't take pride in going to, knock the mouthpiece out of a safety if you don't think your running back's going to get to the second level ever, you
guys didn't get to cut like it's a little tougher for you guys on the perimeter than it was for us.
Yeah. I think even now the dudes have it worse because we could push crack. Like for people that didn't know what that means, like if you have a corner that's looking you up, you can release outside and then throw him by and be waiting for that filling safety in the run game. And oh my goodness, you used to be able to take
and now all everybody does in the run game is they put those corners in conflict.
Yeah.
It's hard to pull off.
Yeah, that used to be some of the best plays when you get a receiver that would do a hard release like they're running a fade, throw their corner by, and that safety would be coming down hard to fill. I mean, you could turn on film from like Tennessee, Chattanooga and watch Quincy Enunwa kill people. I'm talking oh my goodness. Brutal.
I don't think people realize how freakishly gifted Quincy Enunwa was.
Yeah.
That dude
criminally underrated.
We talk about our offense. He's the one who got shafted the most in our offense. With
not only that, but they didn't redshirt him. They played him our freshman year, which was
I know.
What's cool though? See, I can vibe with this because I rock with a lot of our guys. I love how your group, that era, you guys, you're tight. Your boys way down the road. Like that's how the culture was what it was supposed to be when it's there because you guys still vibe with each other years later. If it was as miserable as sometimes people want to make it or go back and revisit, it's like it wouldn't be like this. But that's part of the secret sauce.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I don't like the comparison of like soldiers in war. Only just because that's so I got a lot of appreciation for guys that do that and I respect. Like I understand how serious that is. But the day-to-day, adversity together, working towards something for 5 years together, that's something that'll never be lost on us. I know Ameer's the same way, but yeah, we got a group chat that all of us still talk every single day. Like this is
every day.
like we talk all day, every day. Everybody's kind of staying up with each other, even though we're living in different parts of the country. But I think it talks to, the culture that we had, but also the guys that we brought in. I think it's one thing to have like a great culture, but it's another for guys to actually stick around for 4 or 5 years and let that become their livelihood. So big shout out to the men in charge at the time.
Ameer, let me ask you this because you, I think, found yourself in a very similar position to what Emmett's going to find himself at the end of the year. You had a decision to make, right? After your junior year, you had a great year, almost 1,700 yards, like just killed it, right? I'm not going to ask you what you think EJ should do, but what was your process in making that decision? Obviously, NIL throws a huge wrench in this thing, right? So I get it's not apples to apples. But like in your mind,
apples and pumpkins.
Yeah, no, it's like and Double A looks like he swallowed a canary like the swamp.
Nah, look. It's funny, man. I was talking to my PR rep yesterday, and it was like, you got to start being more honest in these interviews because I've been media trained so much, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to take that step.
Let's hear it. Let's do it.
I think
what do we got?
I think I'm ready to take that step today. First and foremost, to answer your question, I am the youngest of 9, so I look to my older siblings and my parents for a lot of guidance. And at that time, obviously, I think being a millennial, being born between 1980 to 1996, we have a very unique experience where we're kind of like we go from the analog age to now the digital age. So you were raised on education, but you also can understand that trades and like acquiring skills today is where the future of work is going to be. You know what I mean? I say all that. I preface all that to say that education was a huge thing for me in my family. So a lot of the reinforcing advice that I got was go back, finish your degree. But if I could do it over, I probably would have left early. And the reason why is because I'm in my 11th year in the NFL and I play running back. And, it's a very gruesome position. I've been very fortunate. I'm the only running back left in my draft class still playing. Longest tenure running back in the league right now, which is crazy. The average career for running back is like 2.7 years.
Is there even
do they not watch your off-season training videos? Like,
I take care of myself. I train hard and I eat right and I do other things. But I'm working on technically my 4th career right now in the league, right? And I just know from a wear and tear standpoint what could have been in terms of just like, even now that I take care of my body, if I would have taken that 1 year off of my body in college, pounding, especially in the offense that I was getting, I was going to get about 250 carries, with the University of Nebraska. And I understand now the landscape of NIL kind of changes things. I kind of encourage guys to weigh into that a little bit more, maybe milk that system. Like if you can come back to college and make $1.5 million or $2 million and you weren't going to be a for sure first round pick, might as well do that. But when it comes to EJ, I definitely think that looking at this draft class of running backs, looking at the year and the momentum that he has, hey, I'm getting out in front of it, man. I think he definitely needs to take this opportunity just because he's different. You got the Jeremiah Loves, he's different, but EJ's also different. And I can definitely see teams that are getting older running backs like the New Orleans Saints who have used Alvin Kamara in that capacity for years. There's a lot of teams that are looking for that next guy that can get you, 10 carries, 10 catches a game, and he can strike while the iron's hot right now. Unsimilar to like what I did. I stayed and I came back and I was in a deep running back class where I probably would have been a first rounder the year before, as opposed to a second rounder with Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, and the likes of a lot of guys like that. And, that's just my opinion as a more matured and grounded and well-versed in all different spectrums individual today. But, I definitely think he has a very tough decision that's very similar to the decision I had after my junior year. We played the Gator Bowl after the Georgia game.
Listen,
I was begging Ameer to come back our senior year.
That's selfish, Gabe.
I'm a bad teammate. I'm like looking back. I heard everything he said. I was like, damn, but I might have robbed my boy from.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I was like, listen, bro. We need you, bro. Like, we need you, bro.
Double A.
I don't regret a thing. I don't regret a thing because that senior year was the most fun I've ever had playing football, man. Like every weekend was electric. Me and Kenny were playing we were unconscious that year. We were playing out a year where like we had very light, class schedule, because we didn't have that many credits left to graduate. So I'm taking like 2 classes a week. So it's all ball. I'm pretty much in the NFL. So I was able to really lock in and we all played at a high level and we're able to get drafted because of that. And so I don't regret a thing, but, just speaking logistically, like how things can kind of sort out for this young man right now, I think, dude, you really want to come back and try to do this again in this landscape? Like,
Ameer made such a good point where, like, it's one thing to have a good year, but to actually, like, NFL people or NFL teams are starting to notice now. So, like, to have that motion heading into the middle of November and
ride the wave.
Ride the wave. I love the dude. I want to see what's best for him. Obviously, I want to see him back in Scarlet and Cream. He's a great player, but I also know what an entire year playing the running back position does to you, man. It's like there's no other position on that field that is like running back, especially when you're playing at Nebraska. You're RB1 and you're expected to carry the thing, 20 or 30 times a game for an entire season. Like that doesn't this doesn't speak to someone's toughness. Obviously, it does, but like you play football for that long at that position, it's almost inevitable that something serious is going to happen. So. I want to see what's best for the kid. I would never, I'm not going to like chase him out of town. Like, oh, you don't get out of this. But
your boy in town. Why can't you check? No, I'm playing. I do. So this is because I'm lockstep with you, and I think Coach Barthel and Coach Rule, they're lovers, like other centered. like that agape type love. So I think they can pull their emotions out of it when they talk to EJ and have these sit downs, because when you care about somebody else and it may be at your own expense, you may find yourself saying things like, hey, I think you should go, right? Yeah. So that's different. But I want to get back to something you said, Ameer, because son of an educator, I'm an L.Ed major, mild to moderate special ed endorsement. You talked about understanding when you were born, your birth order, education. If I just closed my eyes and kind of didn't see you, you sound a lot like EJ in terms of his aptitude. He's very cognizant of whether it's the political landscape, the educational landscape, fiscal landscape, his brand. Do you guys kind of have a connection when you talk to him? It seems like he was born in the wrong decade.
Oh, man.
Exceptionally bright for his age.
I think it's interesting because I'm pretty sure he's first generation Liberian, right? Liberian, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, things, I guess, merit behind that kind of gives way to what you're saying.
We talked about people being from other places that look like us but aren't us, from the state that want to take advantage of the luxuries that are in the states.
I just feel like traditionally speaking, I have a lot of first generation friends, Quincy Nwanwa, Toby Okiimi, and Collins Okafor as well. And what I've noticed, they're first generation Nigerian. What I've noticed is their parents are all about education first, and they're all about being able to ground yourself in a reality of I'm a human first, and I need to make sure I take care of my human duties before I start to enter the dream world, right? Because America is the American dream. The American dream world of entertainment is something that's usually the dream that we latch our wagon to, right? And I think Emmett comes from one of those first generation families, and similar to me, I come from a Muslim family, which is very grounded in the same foundations of like dignity, self-preservation, and you preserve yourself by first taking care of your home being your mental health, and taking care of the things that are going to sustain you past just the identities that we carry or we take up throughout our, progress of life, of football player or whatever, whatever form of profession you take on. So I think that's why Emmett has such a more mature appeal than a lot of other kids who are American born, not to disrespect the Americans.
No, we get it.
But
believe me, we
guys,
talk about
I'm
this
sure
constantly.
You guys are following what I'm picking up, what I'm putting down. Is he comes from a very strong and firmly rooted family structure that has given him all the tools he needs to have the right discernment and to understand that every decision I make is critical, right? And for sure.
Yeah, you guys are something else, man.
Yeah, I want to add to that a little bit because Ameer just made several really good points. Because for a while, and this might be the fragility of the ego of the football, the older generational football player. It was so refreshing to hear that EJ had reached out to Ameer because, as one of the generational guys from that time, it feels like the kids don't really care. You know what I mean? They're so enthralled with the show that nothing else matters, which I understand that. But Ameer and I, guys like Emmett Johnson, Quincy Anuno, we had teammates, we had father figures, we had staff that really grounded us into, this is just a show, right? This, who we are, how we treat people, how we treat each other, how we treat our families, how we treat strangers is way more important in our everyday life. We're building a foundation for who we are as men, and not that we're just football players. So I think that education is really important. And for a long time, I was worried about it if it was being lost on this generation. But that's one of the reasons I love it.
It is, man. It kind of is, dude. I'm back home in Alabama right now visiting my parents for my bye week, right? And I went back to my high school. They're 11-1. They're in the playoffs, right? And I'm happy. I'm excited. I go back to talk to these kids, man. And I'm like talking to these kids. I'm pouring into them too, man. I like wrote a short story that was like metaphorically congruent to where their season's gone in terms of storyline. And I'm just looking at their faces, and they're like, "Bro, we don't know you, bro."
Don't know you.
Like the recency bias is heavy, and they're just
Yeah.
like, even if it wasn't, they don't really care about like lineage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't really
It's
care about-
hard to decide because especially when you have that kind of spirit, you can at the end of the day you can only really feed who's hungry.
Right.
But it's counterintuitive to what you want to do when it comes to investing in other people. So you have to have really good discernment in terms of whether it's beneficial or edifying of your time versus is it your responsibility to do to begin with?
In my opinion, it is, right. It always will be. We are like we wore the N and we did it proudly, and it's something that I don't ever plan on stop supporting. It's something that I'll always be proud of. I'm also not going to be like the geriatric uncle that's like these kids need to talk to me and take my knowledge. What I mean? Like I'm not going to do all that, but I'd be lying to say that it doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like I'm a human. I'll be honest. I'll be vulnerable with y'all. Like I would love to pour knowledge into these kids and talk about my experiences and be around the university and do all those things. But also like you said, DB, you can only feed who's hungry. So
you know who has a similar temperament to you, KB, deep down?
Who's that?
Isaiah Hunter.
Oh, I actually believe that. I like Isaiah a lot. I like that wide receiver room, man.
Hey, hit him up.
I will.
Extremely tough, kind of wears it.
Yeah.
You talked about the 2-star gang, which I love. Hunter he's a miserable person to practice against. But if he's
Kenny Bell. Oh,
yes. I'm telling
Kenny
you,
had a tradition.
This
I
isn't
have to
by
say this,
accident, KB. I'm telling you. There are some mannerisms in which you could.
I like that.
I'm dead.
Kenny was an absolute troll, and I loved it. Every Tuesday was called Touchdown Tuesday. Kenny, you could hear Kenny from across the athletic facility. Touchdown Tuesday.
Oh man, hey, DB, when
God.
Carl was there, this was my freshman year, and I was redshirted. I was a nobody. I was walking in with a blue jersey on like the middle of the week, just yelling "Touchdown Tuesday" to the entire starting defense.
Just giving it to him.
Ransom Mukamara, Eric Hay, just running my mouth.
Dude, Hag was my guy too, man. Did he take it?
Man.
Please tell me he just didn't take it.
Yeah, no, man, it was a battle every day out there. Back then it was Fonzo Denard, Eric Hay,
another
Kamara,
competitive spirit.
So I'd be out there talking trash, and they would hit me. Like those dudes, they'd be like, "All right, run your mouth, little kid."
Yeah, what won't Fonzie hit?
Yeah, I was 18-year-old, 165 pounds, soaking wet.
All right, fellas.
Oh man, thank you guys so much for joining us. Ameer, I do have to say it was super cool seeing you. I think it was last week. Get that big kickoff return that set up the game.
Man, we're rolling. We're rolling right now, man.
DB loved the Daniel Jones signing, so he's
the offseason.
He's loving the Colts right now.
Oh, great value pick.
It's been a pleasure to watch your career. I wish that you got to stick around my 49ers a little bit longer, but that's okay.
No coincidence too that you guys get along. They both depth. So you have depth.
Yeah. You guys don't even know, man.
It's okay to be smart and good at sports too, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's important.
The Japan trip is loading. We've been trying to plan this Japan trip just for our schedule for a while, just to get out there. It's loading. DB, pull up if you can.
Hey, listen.
I didn't get smart or good at sports. I just got sarcastic, so I don't know what happened there. But guys, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining us, Ameer, Kenny. Kenny, thanks for setting this up for us. Hopefully we will talk again soon. It was great talking to you guys.
Appreciate you, fellas. Best wishes, hey.
All right, boys. Much love.
That is Ameer Abdullah and Kenny Bell, a couple of Nebraska legends. We're going to take a quick break here. We will come back because we're going to get to Bet On It, brought to you by our friends over at Warhorse. So we will get to that and wrap up the show next year on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I feel like the first game when I only had 3 points or whatever, I was just kind of pressing, really just focusing on offense, and when I feel like I don't really worry about that and focus more on rebounding and defense and getting into the paint, it seems to just make me play a little freer and better overall. Not really. I mean that first game I knew it was just gonna be an oddball out of there pretty much, and I just kept confidence in myself and like I said, focused on the other things, on the defense and rebounding, which this team really needs. So just focusing on that gets me going more.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. It's time for Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Casino and Sportsbook, the best place in Nebraska to place your sports bets. Don't take your money over to Iowa. It's November. Don't support those black and gold or red and yellow or whatever they're doing over there. It's Nebraska time, all right? Keep that money on the state. You have to drive over there anyway. You might as well drive to Warhorse instead and support us. Make sure you go to Warhorse, download the app, and then place the bets in person at Warhorse Casino. DB, we got a pretty good slate of games this week.
Yes, we do. It's exciting.
Let's start right off the bat. Notre Dame and Pittsburgh.
Notre Dame and Pittsburgh.
I've got this one at 12.5. I'm going to refresh, make sure that number is current from just a couple hours ago. Still at 12.5. I'm a little, that feels a little heavy to me.
Yeah.
Is it big for a reason?
Yeah, it's big for a reason.
So you're taking Notre Dame here?
I'm going to take Notre Dame. I don't.
Off the top of your head, what would you have made it before you saw the number?
7.
I was thinking 7.5. Yeah, at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So that feels pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's big for a reason. Give me the Domers.
Well, you know me.
All you can eat 12.5.
I don't learn my lesson, so give me the free money. I will take Pitt there at home, making a statement with good old Narduz dog.
Just don't let him grab the mic. Wasn't his best press conference week.
I forgot about that quote. I'm going Notre Dame. I changed my mind. I don't 103-10. Or wait, no. 110-3. Doesn't matter.
Lord have mercy.
Don't let him talk anymore.
It is not an ACC game.
The really good slate starts off at about 2:30. We've got Oklahoma and Alabama. That number has moved a little bit. I've got it down to Alabama 5.5 in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma.
Wouldn't
surprise me if they won the game outright. But
really?
Oh yeah.
Started at Alabama 7.5.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma. I don't love jumping on the public. Man, hopefully that was early sharp money to get the biggest number. But I could see it maybe going back to 6.
Yeah,
right?
bump a little
bit of the buyback.
Yeah,
but I'll take Oklahoma, and I'd sprinkle a little on the old money line. Probably plus 180 somewhere around there.
Not just doing this to be difficult. I don't love how John Mateers looks since he came back from the injury.
You don't like Mateers?
I do. Listen, it's not like I thought he was DJ Lagway. I was just wondering.
Listen,
listen, Linda. I do think Ty Simpson is the real deal. He's balling. Give me Bama at home and the 5.5. I wouldn't have taken it at 7.5. 5.5 feels okay.
All right. Safe as a kitten for you.
Listen, under a key number, I'll take it. Coming up next, We got, I think, your favorite game of the weekend. I think it's what you said. Iowa at USC. USC 6.5 point favorite.
God, it feels too light.
You think light?
Yeah. SC at home stylistically, I think this game should be about 8, 9.
This thing has been dead on 6.5 the whole time.
It's less than the key number. I don't love it, but I'm just going to tell you, like, if this was for real, what I would actually do.
What's that?
I would play the line. The line says take Iowa and eat the 6 and take the 6.5.
So here's where I run
The line says play Iowa. I'll take Iowa.
I agree. The line says play Iowa. I have a hard time with USC not having to travel.
I know.
And
they're so good at home.
They're so good at home. And I think, listen, I know if anybody's not going to have a hangover, it's going to be Kirk Ferentz and Iowa. I do think not being able to pull it off against Oregon
Shouldn't
hurts
this line
them.
be more?
Probably. I thought like 9.5 maybe. I am going to take USC, though, less than
You're going to give me the better team at home, less than a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm going to take it.
Okay.
I'm going to take I'm going to take it less than a touchdown.
You should be right. Unfortunately, you don't get the good buffets where they had the prime rib and the carved ham.
No, but you could go to the ale house right next to Warhorse and get you something good too.
Hey,
so.
do you just have their apps?
Oh yeah.
The TV setup is sensational too.
Absolutely great. Listen, do you have any?
I need one more big piece of protein other than the steak, though.
Oh, we can figure something out. We can talk to somebody.
I got a ton of handhelds.
I like a hand. I'm a big sandwich guy. I know you don't do the breads and stuff. I like sandwiches though.
I use a knife and a fork. I'll eat just fine.
You have any interest at all in Florida at Ole Miss?
No, I don't. But
that number seems weird to me for what it's worth.
We could cap it if you want.
If I was looking at this straight up, I'm looking at Ole Miss. I would think this is at least a 2-touchdown game. That number feels wrong to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
At 11.5.
Ole Miss isn't going to blow you out with their offense.
Okay.
Florida's really good defensively. They're still top 3 or 4 in the conference, I think, defensively. Number's about right. It's a stay away from me. But
does DJ Lagway start?
If I had to play this game, I'd take Florida.
Okay. Do you think DJ Lagway starts?
No.
All righty. It's a stay away for DB. That means I'll stay away. I'm staying away.
Although if I, gun to head.
Don't want anything to do with it. All right.
Game.
Last big one.
I'll take Florida.
Last big one on the schedule. Texas and Georgia, -6.5 dogs at home. I know you love the Texas defensive line. How are you feeling about this one?
For me, this is the easiest of the games you asked me.
Really?
Yeah. Give me Georgia and lay the 6. No business at all being a 6-point fave.
You're just not buying Texas.
I'll take it.
I'm not buying the fact that you're going to lay the 6 with Georgia. This should be a 2-3-point game, even in Athens.
Misunderstood what you meant.
Texas is battle-tested. Georgia has yet to really look good. They won't give them the betting fool's gold of Mississippi State, even though that was a thumping, because Texas is a real publicly bet team. Georgia, outside of last week, loves to go in at the half, either losing or in some ugly form or fashion. I think Texas is on the come. It should be less than that. They're going to give you the 6. You better lay it. Give me the Bulldogs.
Would you have been surprised if Texas was a slight favorite?
No, but I think Georgia should be. I'm not a huge less than 3, all things being equal at home.
But like 1.5?
But I think it's a 1.5, 2, 2.5 kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about this is a team.
A pick'em wouldn't have surprised me.
28-6 Austin Peay. Tennessee 44-41, lost to Bama by 3, Auburn 20-10, Florida 24-20.
And they're not good in the first half.
They've struggled with some teams that they probably shouldn't have. Again, slow learner, I'm going to take Texas.
You like all that easy money.
Listen, it ain't easy being me.
No.
That is.
You can't get sailboats and deck shoes.
Got to be strategic.
Yeah, I understand.
That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. That is Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Casino and Sportsbook. Make sure you get over to Warhorse either in Lincoln or in Omaha. Place your sports bets with them. Keep that money right here in the state of Nebraska. DB?
Yes, sir.
Best of luck tonight.
Appreciate you.
I will give you a head nod from a distance and not bother you.
From a distance.
But it's going to be
it's time to go lock in.
It's going to be a great night of high school football here in the state of Nebraska. Appreciate you all joining us. Hopefully you make it out to a high school game tonight. We will be back on Monday.
see you. Have a good day. Love you.